UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. I am your werewolf. And on a Friday, we have started a stream. I've been hitting. Okay, what's that?
Is R2D2 on the line?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That was very weird. Messed up my cadence now. Anyways, guys, welcome to the Van Helsing Re-watch. This is going to be a momentous stream today since I have two big greats with me. I have with me Troy Pacelli.
Oh, thank you for calling me great. I am humbled by the compliment.
And also with his wingman, H Boomer.
Howdy, everybody. I
Now-
would say howdy.
You're so southern.
Say howdy.
Howdy. Mini Pearl, I got that reference.
Simmer down, gentlemen. We got one more. Join me here he probably needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyways. He is the legend, the myth, the man at time, the gladiator of Kaon, Matthew Flynn.
Matthew Flynn, how are you doing?
Great to be here, bloody wankers.
Bloody
my
wankers. I speak British, so I know what he's saying.
Are both you and Matthew as the same avatar?
Yes, I'm
Yep.
a slightly different version of Doctor
Okay.
or
Okay.
of,
Also
Dr.
been-
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
We have two Dr. Hydes. That's weird.
All I can say is that
You
I
thought
noticed that
one of
all
us is
four
Dr.
of our
Jack or the other's Mr.
avatars are
Hyde.
very, very dark. It's hard to make them out.
Hey, no one could be Josie Moran. Then I take it. Okay. She's one
Well-
of the hot. She's one of the hot brides. Okay.
I get that this modern generation thinks that gender is fluid, but let's be honest here. You know,
Hey, I think one of them was a redhead, so I was tempted. Okay, but anyway,
we'll get into it as we get into the movie.
I'm excited. Van
Good
Helsing.
evening. Good evening,
And
Officer
since
Yogi.
you just introduced Matt Flynn, I just want to, throw out Sunday
Hi,
morning
Pacelli.
over on Matthew Flynn's channel. He and I will be talking Star Wars. So, by all means, please subscribe to his channel. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
You told me about this. You're going to be spending some time talking about the C-3PO's cereal line.
Yes, we're going to spend 3 hours talking about the cereal.
C-3POs.
Yeah,
Remember those? They were actually pretty good. I remember
Dude.
getting those.
I'm serious. I bought those things and I really did like them. And I wasn't a big fan of sugary cereals, but that
Those
one,
were pretty good.
I mean, I hate to undo everything I say where, I point out that fans don't just buy everything that's got the logo on it because we are more discriminating than that. But C-3PO cereal, I did buy and I miss that.
Oh well, we'll never get it back. They could have brought it back with the prequels and the sequel trilogies coming out. They could have brought back because nope, we don't get it back.
The Star Wars marketing is completely effed, but that's another story. That's something to save for Sunday.
So tonight we're
ahead,
talking up. Oh, good.
So
It's Wolfie's show. There's a reason I made this Wolfie show. Okay, just pointing that out.
I think I'm going to work the mute button here because you guys brought your TV personality.
I'm fine with that. I understand that. I've been drinking a lot, so if you want to mute me, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
But this is-
Netter is asking Wolfie, does she
Yeah,
get a
I
wrench?
was explaining how I bestow the wrench on people. She's
She's
has
good
to do with-
people. She's actually a better wrench than most anyone in our community, to be honest with you.
That is true, but don't worry, Ma Pacelli, you'll get yours. But my way of wrenching is if you're here attendance.
If Wolfie, if you don't mind me jumping ahead a little bit, where are we starting? Because I'm looking at the the curve of the Earth for the
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
the Watch.
So it looks like a big boob. A big
You know what?
take
You know what?
Bekinsale.
You know what?
Uh,
I will make this
Or
an
one
R-rated
better,
stream,
Dracula's
so no
Bride.
filter there.
Amen. Amen.
But yeah. So when we came in, I think my assumption is that the two boomers here are going to be the not so happy campers with this movie, whereas me and Matthew Flynn are going to be the ones that's going to enjoy it.
Well,
Now,
let's see, because it's been a while since I've seen this movie. Maybe I'll have a different take, but yeah, you're probably
see.
right.
You have voiced your discontent so many times.
But maybe unfairly. Maybe I'm not remembering it completely accurately. I will say this going into this, okay? There is an element, even just from seeing the stills as I've gone through the Google search or whatnot, looking for my thumbnail. There's this kind of steampunk element to it that I don't think really fits with our whole concept of a Universal Monsters shared universe, but I'm open to watching this film and seeing what you have to say about it, what Matthew Flynn has to say about it, and maybe grousing about it later.
Now don't get the wrong impression though, guys. We're not sycophants either, so we're not conditioned to just like this movie, blindly. We do have our criticisms.
Good.
And I'm gonna
Good.
throw my criticism.
Let's be critical as we go through it, okay?
And we'll try to be positive when we can be too. I was telling Wolftime before the stream, people are actually very split. Even critics were split on this when it came out. Some loved it and some did not. And it was like some thought it was a great callback to the old Monster Mash style films, like when all the I guess like House of Frankenstein or House of Dracula, stuff like that. And others just didn't like it at all. So I guess we'll find out how it holds up, I guess, right?
All right. Now, yeah, we'll be starting at the 1 second mark. You guys got everything ready?
Yeah, there we go. I'm on 1 second. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm about ready.
Okay.
All right. The usual shindig. 3, 2, 1. Let's go at 3, 2, and 1. Play.
I have to say, you're much better at the 3, 2, 1 thing than Daniel is, because he'll be like, "Okay, we started," and I'm like, "No, you're supposed to do the countdown." Okay, once they're like, we spend like 5 minutes trying to do the countdown. All right, so
this movie starts in black and white,
and I do I like how the Universal logo turns into a ball of flame that turns into a torch. That's neat. Okay. Got the angry villagers, and they're going to what? Castle Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Transylvania. Never mind. Well, what is this? Okay. It's been a while since
it's in Transylvania, but it's Castle Frankenstein.
So they're taking the Mel Brooks approach. Okay. All right. So this is a callback, I guess, to the original Frankenstein, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Guys, did you start already?
Yes.
Yes,
we
I did the countdown.
We did the countdown. we have to start over again.
I muted because I had a conversation with Netter on the side, so...
Do we want to start it over again since we're only 1 minute?
No. Just tell me where you're at.
Okay, I'm at 1
minute, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. I sent you a private message, Troy. Read it.
I do like this actor as Dracula.
Me too.
I did like him too. He's hamming it up, but I kind of like that in a Dracula. Okay.
I also like that they don't show his
guys, help me out. Where are you at right
early on? They kind of hint
1 minute
and
50
keep it in silhouette.
Sorry.
56, 57, 58.
1 minute 58.
No,
yeah.
what's on screen?
Oh, Dracula and Frankenstein. They're talking about the deal that they made with the Frankenstein monster near the chest. Do you see a chest, Troy?
I'm getting there. Are you at? Have you gotten past the 1 year later in Paris?
We're not.
No.
No, we're not there yet.
Whoa, you
2 minutes, 25 seconds, Troy.
Okay, I like the fact that
Troy.
2 minutes, 30 seconds, Troy.
You guys have to
I like that moment
bear with
just
me
then when
because
Dracula
I
comes.
just
I
sort of
am.
got lost here.
I'm patient. The wolf, however, is not. But I'm keeping him at bay.
Should we just
tonight.
start it over, man? Maybe we should start. We're only 2 minutes in. You want to start over?
Completely
It
lost.
might
guys.
be easier. Why don't we just
You
start
know
it
what?
over?
We might as well. I'm sorry,
ridiculous.
I'm
guys.
sorry. I didn't mean to derail you
This way
guys.
Matthew could say what he was going to say again when I interrupted him. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm at the
Okay.
1 second mark.
Okay,
One
I've
second.
reversed it back now. I'm just waiting for everyone
Okay.
to.
I'm at
So-
1 second.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get there. Okay.
Going perfectly so far.
Give me a second. I'm getting past the Paramount opening.
The what? We're at the 1 second mark before the
Excuse me,
logo pops up.
The Universal
Okay.
logo
All
has just come up.
All right. Everyone
The
say
world
one.
just
to let me
burst
know
into
that you got-
flames.
No,
and-
wait a minute. What are you doing?
You
Go,
sorry?
go back.
we
Go
are.
back,
We're going to start it over.
guys.
We're going
Guys,
to do the 3, 2, 1. Hit the back thing on whatever you're using. Hit pause, and we're going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
okay. So, what number should I
mark.
be at? Give
1
me a-
second
give
mark.
me a number.
1 second.
We're at
Point-
the boob.
0.01. Okay.
We're at the boob. Okay. Let me get to the boob. Okay. There. I'm at the boob. Okay.
All right.
Now, Wolf,
All
you
right.
can
So,
do the countdown. Okay.
Okay. So
everybody-
just
everybody
so
say
everybody
one.
knows,
let me
because
know that. So let me know that
everybody
you're at the 1
needs to
second.
understand that they have backed up because I'm a screw up. We're back at the horizon of the Universal logo. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
All right.
go ahead.
All right. Countdown in the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, and play.
There we go. Sorry, guys. We have the Genesis effect happening here as
Yes.
Universal turns to black and white.
Which I like.
Which, yeah,
Hey,
no.
Victoria.
Good point.
Hey, Al. We got Al and Victoria Fagbauer here.
And what is this? This is the
The crowd.
mob from
Mhm.
Frankenstein, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Destroy the monster. You know.
Kill the beast. Kill the beast.
Yeah.
Kill the beast.
Although I have
Yeah.
a distinct problem with Transylvania 1887 or whatever it is. This should not be Transylvania.
He got kicked out of Switzerland. He couldn't do the experiments there. He had to come to Transylvania.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
check it out. We have the real Gabriel Van Helsing with us.
Who?
Hello.
I wondered, does somebody make an account specifically for this, or is that someone who just conveniently
I
has
love
the
that
right thing?
the first comment from Gabriel
Probably.
Van Helsing is, "Oh my God, laughing my ass off."
Of course.
If you ain't got this movie, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a movie ain't one.
So I do have to say that the
Oh,
the
God,
intro
it's just you.
here is very interesting. This black and white homage to the original films. It's meant to be a sequel. I get that. I don't feel it was well executed, but I like their intent.
I like
Casey Scott's here. Hey, Casey Scott.
you were saying earlier, Matthew, about how you like the Dracula.
Yeah, the fact that they only hint at his like bat transformation. They never actually show it early on. It's only like hinted in silhouette for most of the film, and then it's like
looks-
later on when we actually see it.
Kind of looks like Bela Lugosi there.
I do also have to say that this incorporation of Dracula and Frankenstein is, in my opinion, a little bit haphazard. I don't get it, to be honest with you.
You guys need to watch Monster Force, where it's actually a better way.
Well,
How
there's
they
a
did it.
problem there. If there's a whole other thing we need to watch in order to get this, they didn't do it.
No.
You talking about
No, this is before Monster Force was
Monster
was
Squad?
No, not Monster Squad. There's Monster Force as well.
Oh, is that a cartoon or something? Or
Mhm.
oh, okay, that I didn't see. Okay, now I remember.
90s.
Okay. Well, look. The point is, Dracula wants the creation for his own evil purposes, right? That's what we're getting here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I? I don't. Have
We
my
don't know
captions on.
until in the middle of the
Yeah.
in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, like halfway through.
See, my problem with this is I don't see Dracula and Frankenstein, the creature, crossing paths until the modern era, to be honest with you. I don't see it happening here.
We got Igor looking like Mask.
I love this moment. You can't kill me, Victor. I'm already
Can
dead.
I just say, though, that this being in black and white is brilliant.
I think it should have stayed black and white.
Well,
I
they're
think that would have been
trying
interesting.
to make a reference to what's in the past and what's in the present. I get that.
Now, how was he able to pull that sword in that close proximity?
Movie physics.
Apparently. Seems like Dracula's made out
Or
of
would it
water.
be Hollywood physics?
It just made him look like he's made out of water.
And one thing I do have to give this film is the grandiose concept of taking all of these different franchises and blending them together. I don't think they did a great job of it, but I love the intent.
Hey, it worked really well with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah. Although I did start as a comic first.
Yeah, true.
I will
And
say
this
this
movie was
about
meant
League
to
of
be the
Extraordinary
first of
Gentlemen.
multiple
I
movies.
liked it, but obviously that's not a universal property, so we can't really.
Yeah, so this is what I mean. Like, you get silhouette of him transforming, we don't actually see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
movie
that
was
was
meant to be
good
the
CG?
first of like multiple Van Helsing
That was mummy
movies.
CG.
Right?
May I get a timestamp?
5
No, we're back to
minutes,
this again.
18, 19, 20, 21,
Thank you.
22.
I'm about a
That's two
second
counts as
ahead of
one.
all of y'all, and it doesn't really matter.
No, it's I forgot to put the stupid subtitles on, and the stupid DVD was giving me trouble. Okay, I'm at
Burn
5:30.
it, burn
5:30
it
now.
down.
5:30 now. Is that where you guys are? 5:34.
542, 43.
All right, let me go back
44.
a little bit. Okay, I should be
Oh
about.
yeah, this is I think
Close
one of the only
enough.
instances of Frankenstein's monster actually talking.
Well, he talked in Bride of Frankenstein. Remember? Of course, he didn't do it at the creation phase. It was later.
I struggle with the universal representation of the monster because in the novels he was so articulate.
Yeah, you definitely
You
get
know?
that impression from this version.
There was that line from the original novel, "I ought to have been thy Adam." And I feel that the loss of that is a disservice to the character.
Can I just point out we're never gonna see Dracula's brides look like this ever again?
Nope.
When they actually appear, like in their human form.
Well,
is what I
again,
mean.
remember, we're reimagining, so we can
Do whatever we want.
absolutely.
And that's one thing I liked about it is the creativity behind it. Like it's not really just it's paying homage to the monster movies while incorporating some of the stories, but also putting a bit of fantasy and
What I do
mythology
have
to
to
it.
say about this is it was clearly paying homage to the films. This burning of the windmill is very much speaking to the previous films, right? But I think what's missing is a story cohesion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna address Artificial Johnny real quick. He says the high fight was rather brief, and I gotta say that was just establishing Van Helsing and what he's
Yeah.
supposed to be doing in this movie.
True.
I'm going to say something about Mr. Hyde, though. Mr. Hyde was never a Universal monster. If you go back to the old days, that was a Warner Brothers release in the old black and white days. I got really angry because I was trying to find the Frederick March version. And Warner Brothers just doesn't care about that version. They don't have it available anywhere. But are we in Paris now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
we're at
tower
Paris
being
now.
built.
Okay.
Now
I
we're
can't
in
be
color.
the only one thinking this sounds like music
that's
from
what's
Soul
crucial. We're
Calibur.
in color now.
Do you like the way it looks, Troy, in color? Is this how you would do it in color? Do you like the...
Actually, I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you.
Now, when I'm seeing Van Helsing, I was feeling this the way the character looks. I was thinking both Solomon Kane and Vampire Hunter D. I was very references to both.
That's my biggest problem. Who is Van Helsing? Okay, this whole Gabriel Van Helsing thing. I'm sorry, I cannot get behind it. This
is he supposed to be an angel?
Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure that's
God!
exactly what it is.
No.
I kind of think of it as like a Gandalf type situation.
Like he fell to earth, forgot who he was, or something.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Van Helsing is immortal. He is part of some sort of organization that is fighting against whatever the evil is in the world. And I'm sorry, that's the biggest problem I have with this film.
What about the CG Mr. Hyde?
I am not going to pick too much on, good or bad CG.
I mean, the quality's not too bad. I mean, it's obviously CG, but it's not like horrendously bad.
Does Mr. Hyde need to be CG? That's my whole argument, though.
Yes.
This is going to be one of my first big points.
I think so.
You think he does?
I do. And
why?
Here's why. Okay. Because whoever your actor is for whoever your actor is for human needs to be able to metamorphose into Hyde. Okay. So Dr. Jekyll, whoever is playing that role, depends on when this takes place, right? So if it's in the early 90s or in the late 2000s,
I like that he picks up the hat and twirls it onto his head.
I am good with the idea that whoever plays Jekyll has to physically play the role of Hyde as a motion capture for the CG.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was motion capture involved.
Them buzzsaws, I used to like them, but now I don't.
Yeah, I'm undecided on them. I mean,
now,
we don't see them
in
too
fairness,
much.
This is Universal reaching into the Jekyll and Hyde, which didn't exist previously.
There was
to point that out too.
There was an Abbott and Costello meets Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but I don't think they did their own version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Seriously, no.
That might merit its own rewatch because there's value in that.
But I'm getting it. This is like you're having. This is like your teaser for the beginning of the movie. You don't want to waste that on one of the big villains, right?
Yep.
So you're going to use Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
And look, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Bear with me, people, because I'm so drunk. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are public domain. So Universal has access to it, just like anyone else would. But excuse me.
Okay, I never understood why he started changing back while he was in the air before hitting the ground. Like, I never understood why he like changed back there.
The
Dude,
serum wore off.
Gabriel Van Helsing, I have a problem with. So
I don't have a problem with the actor they cast, Hugh Jackman. Yes, I feel he's one of our better leading Hollywood men that doesn't get cast.
I don't dig this whole Gabriel Van Helsing angel. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Well, we don't know what he is. They don't clearly state, I think, do they?
I don't.
Yeah, Dracula does.
Oh, at the end, yeah, but not now. Not now. In the beginning, yeah.
I do feel that Van Helsing
question.
is important because he establishes this secret society that is fighting against the evil. Okay, that is worthwhile.
If he's in Paris, wouldn't fighting the Phantom of the Opera make more sense?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Talk.
Phantom of the Opera is a whole different story. I'm going to do a whole separate scene.
and you know what? If in this version, he would have to be supernatural.
You overlooked what Matthew said. What did you say, Matthew?
I said, "Oh, hello, Torquil."
That's not
the actor he's talking to.
Oh.
As an aside, I'm going to have to rewatch this later on when I'm sober because I'm sure you guys are providing great insights that I'm completely missing because Jameson.
I'll repeat myself real quick. To answer your question, Matthew, he changes back because remember the hide is a form that he takes when he takes a serum, and it has a time limit. So
okay, yeah, because when Van Helsing cut his arm off, that made sense why the arm would turn back because it's separated from him.
Yeah,
it just didn't quite make sense to me why he would like fully change back while in the air, even though he's not dead yet.
They could have always just had him fighting a vampire, establishing that he knows how to take down vampires, right?
I am not in condition to be able to highlight the comment, but
I mean, there are other vampires in this film.
Which comment?
I do want to mention Sir Torrin Clegane's comment about Van Helsing. This movie doesn't have to be the original one. He is keying into something that I feel very strongly about. He's absolutely right. I don't feel that this Van Helsing is the same Van Helsing we see in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay.
I mean, given what happens in this movie, I feel like this wouldn't be connected to the original novel.
Absolutely. And I do feel that our Universal Monsters needs to draw on the original.
Okay. Now, what do we think of this organization where we have representatives from looks like every religious sect on the earth working together? I found that hard
like
to
an
swallow.
MI6 type situation.
Well, Boomer, I don't want to poo-poo that too much because I do feel that we are setting up a universal evil that all parts of the world need to respond to. The idea of everyone coming together to
the Vatican, Muslim,
Buddhism.
Yes.
So are they at the Vatican right now, though? Or is
they're in Rome.
See, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so this is like something recently put together. Or they've been doing this for hundreds of years?
You have heard of boats, right?
Boats? Yes.
No, they can travel anywhere they like. They have different decks.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just saying. Never mind. I don't know.
There's a blue smoke right there.
I know it's
argument invalid, Boomer.
With the Catholic cardinal, and I'm not saying that the religious men would be at each other's throats today, but they have different world views of what reality is. This is just anyway. Go ahead.
What reality
is playing the cardinal there?
Yeah.
Is he not the guy from that played Thénardier in Les Miserables?
Could be. I haven't seen Les Miserables, but
Hugh Jackman's in
I'll
that
take
as
your
well.
Sorry, it doesn't matter to the subject that we have in front of us, but I
I've
don't
seen
know. I
this.
just noticed.
You just killed somebody.
You mean with the electricity?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm caught up to you guys. Okay.
If reality stuck into this movie, that man would have been dead. That's almost like 1,000 volts.
All
I'd
right.
say.
Now I figured when I saw this that this was supposed to be using the Mummy template, but for like Dracula. Okay, that's what I thought when they showed the trailer for this. Like, it's by the guy that made the Mummy. Okay, so he wants to do a Dracula movie. That makes sense. Okay, adventure. Well, am I wrong here?
No,
I don't know.
I got information about this movie through the newspaper and the billboards. Like, oh, he's going to take on the Wolfman. He's going to take on the.
In
Yeah.
a
He's gonna take
way,
on
I feel like we're
Frankenstein's monster and Dracula.
in a way, I feel we're speaking to the Indiana Jones thing too. So,
Mm-hmm. So Tone Clegane just answered your question, Troy. Says it's Ellen Armstrong.
I mean, I know him from 300. This guy from 300.
Oh yeah.
here's my biggest problem with this film. There's a steampunk element that I don't think fits with what we're going for.
Oh, you know what?
True.
Interesting. I don't want to say that like Vampire Hunter D is steampunk, but there's definitely like older technology because it takes place in the far future.
Oh,
So it has like
let
a goth.
me rein in on that one real quick.
Here we go. All right.
So it's Vampire Hunter D is futuristic first and foremost.
Well, I didn't say it was steampunk. I said it's not like steampunk.
No.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying it's futuristic first and foremost. Majority of the fashion in Vampire Hunter D is more Victorian-ish.
Right.
When it comes to the aristocrats, i.e., the vampires. The humans, on the other hand, adopt the more spaghetti western style of wear. As far as the technology is concerned, it almost borders on cyberpunk. Almost.
Yeah, because they have like cybernetic horses. Some of them.
Speaking of which, you look at my icon for tonight. This whole, cigar thing. I don't think that fits with the whole Victorian setting.
The what thing? You mean the steampunk thing?
You have Mr. Hyde chomping on a
Soul Calibur 2 intro.
cigar that doesn't really fit with the whole setting.
Stop it, Matt. You're gonna make me sing the Soul Blade theme song.
So wait a minute, though. But why? Because it's not considered genteel for Victorian.
Absolutely.
Victorian. But that's the point. He's Mr. Hyde.
I get that, but if you look at it from the point of view of the Victorian era, it doesn't fit.
Psych!
Oh, we got wolves.
Yeah, my people.
No, they're in this. They're bad.
I don't care. They're still my people.
Is this the daytime?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is during the day.
One of the problem I need to point out is I'm sorry, what's her name again?
Kate Bekinsale.
Kate Bekinsale. She does the whole underworld concept, which is not universal. So anything we get from her, we're going to interpret in terms of universal, and that's not what we're going for. It's got to be.
I never understood why the wolf is bleeding green blood.
Right. It's because it's PG-13. They want to keep that PG-13.
The The brother werewolf bleeds red blood later
Oh well,
on in the film.
I have no idea. Then I don't know.
Probably explains why he's still a wolf in the daytime.
So
Maybe.
what you don't like Kate Beckinsale because you were used to her from the Underworld movies, and now she's in this, which is a completely different kind of
I
vampire
think
story.
it does kind of confuse things.
She's in red. She's in all black and underwear. What's not to confuse?
She's nice to look at.
I agree with that 100%.
I mean, she was also in the Total Recall remake.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was weird.
She was Sharon
haven't
Stone's
seen it.
character in that one. I think they should have switched it around.
She has
I
a
think
she has a Transylvania accent in this, right?
Yeah.
Wait, am I ahead?
I'm on
Are you on the boat?
23:17. We're on the boat.
Okay, yeah, I'm ahead by a couple minutes.
We're at 23:26 on my end. What are you at, Wolf 10?
So, hang on. 23, 36, 37,
Yeah, that's
38.
about where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm at the same point as Wolf 10, just about.
Okay. Yeah. So am I. Now we're at the
Yeah, we're
slopes, right?
synchronized, guys. Yep.
Unless someone has a director's cut that we don't know about. That can happen sometimes. Like with Daniel and I thought we were doing the theatrical, and I thought I owned the theatrical, and it turns out I owned the special
That happened
edition.
to me with Owen Lister when we did Guyver Dark Hero. Unfortunately, that could not have been helped. I had the TV edit version,
Oh,
whereas he had the director's cut, which I had to pause every time he had to get to. There was an added scene. I was like, oh, let me stop it then, so you can get catch up to me, because yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my copy is the standard version of
Yeah,
the film.
I don't even know if there even was a director's cut. I like this village though. It's kind of a callback to those old villages we saw in the Universal movies, right, Troy? Or maybe not.
Troy, Matt Nui wants to know what's your beef with the cigar thing.
Sorry, guys. I'm on mute because I'm way too drunk and I'm kind of losing.
Okay. So let's see. So these are the same ones that stormed the Frankenstein castle.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell because you got the guy with the scraggly hair.
Best way to introduce a woman, through her legs. Never fails. Tried and true tradition. I've yet to see any movie that actually breaks that tradition, except for maybe rom-coms that are tailored to females. I'm putting that in quotation marks, by the way.
I like her outfit, the corset and everything.
Yeah, Battle Corset is a tried and true design. I would never want that to fade away. I like the ways.
Oh, here we have the brides.
You don't like the brides?
Homie,
you sexist.
They're this weird I think this is probably
Gargoyle-ish.
Gargoyle-ish. Yeah, this is kind of where the movie started to lose me a bit. I think the monk was also extra annoying in this part.
He wasn't annoying. He was helpful.
I don't know. There's that one scene where he's jumping into, I haven't taken my vows yet. It's all this stupid. It's like, oh man, hisses. Yes.
I do find that funny that one of Dracula's brides grabs the wrong person by mistake, but decides to bite the guy anyway.
Huh.
Oh wow, they switched positions 3 times.
Yeah. So he's got his crossbow.
Kill the stranger. By the way, which one is your favorite, guys?
What, of Dracula's brides?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably Josie Moran. She was actually a Need for Speed Most Wanted back in the old days. Remember that?
Right. My brother played that religiously.
Yeah. She was the chick that introduces herself to you. Yeah, so I like her a lot. Yeah.
Are you talking Mariska?
Oh,
I mean, I would probably go with the blackhead one. I forgot her name. Actually,
Oh
I forgot the name of all
yeah.
three of them.
There's Mariska. The playful one, the redhead is I think her name is Anna. Wait, no, that's the lady's. That's Kate Beckinsale's name.
Let
Yeah,
me
Kate
find out the
Beckinsale's character is
cast.
Anna.
I'll find out the cast. Hold on.
I was about to get on that. I'll tell you which one is which once you give
Okay.
it give the names.
All right. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention they're vampires and they're fighting in daylight. They're not burning up.
There was a Van Helsing TV series.
Sunlight has been covered by the cloud. They're using that excuse that the sunlight is being covered by the cloud, so they're good.
Elena on
That's, go ahead. Sorry,
she's Alira, youngest of Dracula's bride.
that's the redhead.
Sylvia Kolika is Verona, the oldest of Dracula's brides. Josie Bravran is Mariska. Okay. Second,
That's the blonde.
yeah. I think I like Josie Moran the best because I remember from that game. Okay.
So Mariska, Verona, and Illyria. I like Mariska too, but Verona's got that MILF thing that going on, so she's my favorite.
I got to take a good look at them when they show back up. I don't think I've seen this since the movies. I'll be honest with you. Back when it was out.
Oh, you're gonna get a lot of good looks of them. They do not stop showing these brides, man.
Yeah, but right now I'm just seeing them in CG though. It's all this CG gargoyle
No,
stuff.
she's in makeup
Well, it's
here.
not complete
Oh,
CG.
whatever.
It's not complete CG. Some of
Okay.
it's the actors in makeup.
Okay, all right. See, I'm having to do double for Troy and myself here by being negative. Okay. Here they're tossing. See, this is.
They play with their food. Age, come on, they're vampires. Vampires got to play with their food sometimes. You got a problem with people playing with their food?
Well,
You see cats play with their food first.
Yes,
I do like the way their wings kind of transition into part of their outfit.
Their whole body is their whole clothes are their whole body when they transform. I mean, their pants sink into their legs. Their little tops go into their chests.
I'm pretty sure their outfits are see-through, but that might just me be watching the film too much.
I remember when I saw this.
Else, Matt.
I mean, this movie is rated 12.
I thought this movie was too busy. Like there's too much stuff going on. Okay. Finally, we get some dialogue. We get dialogue finally. Okay, like I kept wondering how much dialogue was in the movie. It's all just action.
Dialogue. We got one laughing.
Okay. So I think that's the one I like. The redhead.
I'm just busting your chops, Age.
Whatever. Screeching and grunts. That's what keeps popping up on my captions here.
I mean, it's an actual scene. I mean, there's not. You remember what Falcon said in Civil War, right? In battle, there's not that much talking here.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, look at how she saunters like a cat.
Oh, maybe I did like her the best. I don't know.
Come on, Age.
They're all nice looking. Okay.
I don't like the redhead. She talks too much.
Wait, isn't she the one that lives until near the end of the film?
Mm-hmm. And she still talks too much.
You know what it is? I think in general, I've never been all that impressed with Dracula's brides. They always bring them in, and it's like I want the man. I want the king. Okay, we're always getting the brides. I guess the brides are central to this plot. Maybe that's my issue. The brides are too central to this plot. Like
now, why would you toss it like a football? Come on, you gotta spike that mess, man.
Mariska.
Oh, right. He's never played football. Football was not invented in this timeline.
Well, maybe he'll be the one to invent it.
He does. He does invent a UV grenade.
Yeah, this movie's a bit busy.
It's subdued.
The bride, they're nice to look at. They cast some nice looking women as the brides. Yes,
you got to. You'd be stupid not to. That'd be like if I make a remake of Blackula and the brides are not hot.
There you go.
You would pitch a fit. Well, you better put some Nubian goddesses in there.
I need to watch Blackula. It's been on my to watch list for a while.
Same here.
I think they had it on Amazon Prime for a bit. I keep meaning it's supposed to be actually pretty good. I did watch Count Yorga Vampire last year though. That was pretty good. That was like a vampire in modern 1970s. It was interesting. Like he came from Bulgaria, I think.
You know, she's got a good weight to her. She can just dive bomb on him.
She has a nice neck. How old was Kate Beckinsale in this? She was still in her 20s. I'm gonna find that out. How old was Kate Beckinsale in this? When this came out? No, it's important because I've been noticing something about the ages. It is 2004. This came out May 7th. How old? When was Kate Beckinsale born?
Would that be for quote unquote research?
Research, exactly. Oh no, she was in her. She would have been 27. She would have been early 30s. Okay. Oh.
It's funny how they can feel one of their own die.
I like the music that's playing during this scene.
There are more roofs getting wrecked in this scene. Okay.
I mean, it shows how kind of lived in this village is. That's bad CGI.
Here's what I'll say. Yeah. Well, that's the problem with a lot of movies from this era. They went all in on the CGI before they had, because you can have good CGI. Okay.
Yeah, it's all about like your skill with the actual the programs and everything, rather than putting money into it.
Yeah.
And the cow survives somehow, and I get a kick out of that when the cow pops up in this scene.
Are there bones underneath that stake? Like they don't even bother to pull the bodies away after they burn you at the stake. You just crumple and they say, "Okay, we'll just leave you there." Okay.
Well, the bones also disintegrate too.
I don't know. I'm seeing
the whole thing.
They're operating on blade disintegration here. Oh, it's a nihilistic village.
Now they will kill for revenge. This is all your fault.
That was a Wolverine one-liner. Oh, okay. That clears the air. Let me check on.
Oh yeah, we have coming up is a scene when Dracula realizes one of his brides has died.
Yeah, it took him that long to realize it, didn't it?
I think he was frozen in a coffin or something.
I was saying he's a late bloomer.
He breaks out of ice.
They play too fast and loose with their powers in this movie. I definitely would have to make a criticism about that. The fact that they're sleeping in ice, like ice forms around them. I like this.
I do kind of like this. The walking sideways up to the ceiling. I don't really have a problem with Dracula in this at all. I mean, I mean, he's a little over the top, but I don't mind him hamming it up. I think I had more of an issue with how they portrayed Frankenstein, the Frankenstein monster, because I've always taken, you either go two routes with Frankenstein. You either make the monster the villain, or you make Baron Frankenstein a villain. Okay, and they didn't want to do either in this. Okay, and that's another issue I have.
Trey's here, Maxwell Entertainment. Hey, Trey. Good to have you here again.
All right, I am Hollow. See, I think also the Dracula master plan in this that I'm not a fan of. Okay, and we'll get to that as the movie goes on.
Yeah. You can tell they're upside down. Look by looking at their fingers.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there are some details of Dracula's plan that kind of don't make complete sense to me. Maybe it's just not explained properly.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of him having procreated far too much.
Yeah, because his whole goal is to because he says later a continuation of his kind. But I'm thinking, but he can turn people into vampires. Wouldn't that just continue his kind already?
Yeah, I mean, for as much as I had trouble with True Blood, that's how they treated offspring. When you turn someone to a vampire, that's your offspring. Okay, yeah.
Oh, they look like puppies. I just want to hold them and pet them and squeeze them and kiss them.
Okay.
Dang, that
He
was an
needs a
Elvira reference, dude.
he needs a third bride now because he lost one of them.
Nah, he don't. Nah, that's not on his priority list.
Is that
He
Igor?
suggested it. That
Um. Oh, the dwarves with the gas masks. Somebody watched Phantasm and took the two the two underlings for the tall man and combined them into one. In the Phantom movies, you have these guys and these creeps in gas masks. You never see what they look like, and you also have these dwarves in robes. And I feel like the director just took two of them and combined them into one. You know what?
our friend enjoys this and call him George.
Of course.
I'm so glad I was born at the time I watched the League Tunes to get that reference.
Look at this, Kate Beckinsale.
She's aging like fine wine.
Yeah, she was dating that guy I can't stand though, the SNL guy.
Was.
Yeah, probably. I don't think that would have lasted long.
No, she was married to the director of the first two Underworld movies, and then divorced years later.
That's why
recently they divorced in 2019, I think.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's why Blood Wars was so terrible.
Blood Wars. Didn't they kill off her husband in that? Like the werewolf, the hybrid guy.
Unceremoniously.
They could not get Scott Speedman back for those movies after the second one. They kept they kept like dropping hints to where he was, and I'm like, where is Scott Speedman? Okay, it's like, did he not want to be in these anymore? I don't understand.
Like, would it really have hurt the movie had you had cast a different actor?
That's what I figured they would have done, but they just kept like he was like wasn't he
It's like they thought that keeping Scott Speedman was like the highest priority. Like, I'm used to recasts at this point. Usually I raise a fuss about it, but I'm used to it. Like, it happens. Like you, some actors, are revealed to. Hey, he's got freaking knockout spray. That's weird. But
sorry.
But yeah, I'm saying, like, where am I even going with this? Because my brain just went crisscrossed.
Talking about Scott Speedman replacing actors,
right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you find out later that the previous actor is not really such a good person behind closed doors. So that's why they don't. That's usually how that happens. Or sometimes they want more money, or they just have scheduling conflicts, they read the script and they throw it back at you and say F you and walk away, like what Rachel Weisz did with The Mummy 3.
Has anyone noticed the fact that Kate Beckinsale, after being knocked out, is now wearing less clothes?
Yeah, somehow her jacket came off.
Yeah.
I did not notice that, and I've seen this movie like, what, 5-6 times already?
So
there's things I didn't notice about this, and I've seen this film multiple times. Like the fact that Van Helsing has a white cross on his chest when he turns into a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
I never noticed that. I just saw a white patch of fur that I didn't realize it was a cross shape.
I thought he was just all black. I didn't even notice that there was a white patch of fur, and then recently I find out that he has a cross there. What the hey? I would love Troy to rein in on this, but circumstances prevents him to do that.
And here comes the werewolf transformation,
which I love so much.
Yeah, I really like the way they do this as well. like it's just PG enough, but also kind of just pushes that limit just
It's
enough to be creepy.
original. I'm just saying, it's original for its time.
Yeah, because a werewolf transformation should be kind of uncomfortable and unnerving,
To watch.
and kind of painful because it's like, bones are breaking and changing shape.
Well, I like the werewolf transformation in Vampire Hunter: D Bloodlust, where it almost starts out in his stomach and it pops up to his head. It was an interesting image. Of course, you don't
He had
that
two
wouldn't look right.
mouths.
Yeah, it was very weird, and I guess you can only do that sort of thing in animation, though. But
I think he is a mutant.
Yeah, because you have the only limit is how you can draw it, and I suppose how skilled you are at drawing.
Mm-hmm. Wet dog.
I think she shot it right in the mouth.
I think she missed. In the
I mean,
what
if
you
she's
call
not
that?
using a silver bullet, then it's not going to kill it anyway.
I'm just saying. Oh, hey, Velka. Oh, yeah, you're right. She did shoot him in the mouth.
uh-oh. Do you think they're trying to do too much with this movie with Frankenstein, werewolves, and Dracula and other vampires and the brides? That we have too many monsters? That this is overloaded? That this is like trying to do like Justice League before you do like your Batman or your Superman and all those?
I actually really
I
like the
think-
idea of Dracula having like werewolves like as his like servants, or like him having command over werewolves and that sort of thing.
All right, so this is the transformation you were talking about.
Yeah, when he's like crawling up the wall.
Like Spider-Man. Spider-Wolf does whatever a werewolf does.
Wait, hasn't Spider-Man been turned into a werewolf before? Or am
He's
I thinking of
turned
something
into
else?
a man spider in the cartoon.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking of, the man spider.
All right, so he's tearing his skin off. Is that what it is? Like he's
Yeah,
shedding?
the fur underneath. I really like the way. It's just creepy enough, but also family friendly as well. Or not really family friendly, like kind of really pushing the border.
Well, that's another thing too. If you're redoing the Universal monsters, you want to try and go for PG-13, and you want to go for an R. I don't know the answer to that.
Maybe it should have. It probably would have benefited as an R.
Maybe. Because I go back and forth. Like I was complaining a couple weeks ago that the Wolfman remake was too gory. Okay, I felt
Gratuitous, yeah.
Not that I have a problem with gratuitous gore. I love like Evil Dead. Okay, I'm a big fan of.
I like
Evil
Hardcore
Dead
Harry, and that's as gratuitous as
Oh yeah, I need to watch Hardcore Harry.
you can get.
Yeah. Crank was pretty gratuitous too.
Especially part 2. I prefer part 1 over part 2 any day.
Yeah.
There are so many shots in this movie that you could just take as like a screenshot and put on the desktop of your computer.
Yeah.
That silhouette he gives off. Johnny says there's one piece of folklore that werewolves become vampires at dying. Can't remember which country. And Matt Nui mentions that Captain America was the one that got turned to a werewolf. Of course he did.
That's what it was. I knew there was a Marvel hero turned into a werewolf.
You know what's interesting? I remember.
Oh wait, no, I think I know why I thought it was Spider-Man, because Werewolf by Night was first appeared in a Spider-Man comic because he was J. Jonah Jameson's son. I think that's why I kind of thought Spider-Man.
Yeah, John Jameson. He was in Spider-Man Unlimited. He was also he was animalized in the animal world. Anybody remember Spider-Man Unlimited? I guess not.
Spider-Man Unlimited. I watched Spectacular.
I know about that show, but I never watched it.
I watched Spectacular Spider-Man. That was the one I watched.
Yeah, I watched the '90s Spider-Man, and then Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, Unlimited was that obscure sequel to the '90s one, where he goes to space.
To the '90s one. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a sequel. He goes to space to combat Venom and Carnage, and they get transported to this new Earth called Second Earth, I think. Counter Earth. It's called Counter Earth, and basically everybody, human and animal coexist, but the animals are anthropomorphic, and they basically rule over the humans, and they even use gene splicing to mutate humans too.
Oh,
It was a short-lived series, but I would have loved to see it continued because I had an interesting concept. I just didn't like the web shooter sounds in that show though. They changed the web shooter sounds.
ooh, do you understand forgiveness? Yes, I ask for it often. Is that what is that, like a hint of who he is or something?
No, that's because he's notorious for murdering the different monsters and things that the Order want him to bring in alive.
Oh, I
But
see.
he just murders them, and then he asks for forgiveness for murdering them.
Okay.
Because when Van Helsing went back to the Vatican after killing Dr.
Hyde.
Jackal,
Yeah.
he asked for forgiveness, and then the guy there he's like he like cut him off before he could like finish, and he's like, I think he's like forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. But before he could finish, he like cut him off and said, like, yes, you are very good at that.
Did anybody play the video game tie-in
Wait, there's
to
not a
this
video
movie?
game tie-in?
There was. I never played it though. Was it any good?
It was really good.
Should play PlayStation. It didn't come out on the Nintendo GameCube. That's why I never played it. Okay.
I
Because
think it did.
no. Well, if it did, I didn't know about it because I know back in the GameCube days, we would
They
often get skipped. Okay.
yeah, sometimes yeah, you're right. I think it was for Xbox and PS2.
I could get the PS2 version now. I have a PlayStation 2 now. I got one
Wait, am I
afterwards.
likely to be able to find a copy cheap?
I would think
Yeah.
of Van Helsing, yes, because it's a licensed game. Usually those are published in high number. And
I hate fighting the werewolf though in that game.
no, is he hard?
Mm, un- Unforgivably hard because he has combos that he will not stop 1 minute, and you keep shooting him, and it never interrupts his combos. You have to seriously keep your distance from him.
One of the coolest things was in the Castlevania game Rondo of Blood, where you fight a werewolf boss, and it starts out. You see, it's an old 2D game, but you see in the background a man, and he looks up at the full moon, and he does the wolf howl. Then he
Yeah.
leaps into the air from the background, and then when he comes into your space, he's the wolf. Do you understand? And then
Yeah.
and he's fast too. He's a fast boss. Okay.
Damn it, that was a joke I was going to make.
What?
They got to the castle, I was going to go, welcome to Castlevania.
Of course. Well, yes, from the old Captain N show. Yes.
What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets?
Yeah, well,
Enough, have at you.
that's what this Dracula reminds me of in this movie. He is kind of has that over the topness to him. But again, the whole scheme, I'm not. It's just it's ridiculous. It's
And
like
we have one of my wingmen, the lovely Lady of Valor, Leia plus size. We're at, I'm getting our time stop real quick. We're at the 50 mark, 50, 54, 55, 56, 57.
Leia plus size. How do you feel about Van Helsing? Oof. Okay. Oh, and now
The
they're
werewolf transformation
transforming back.
works the same in reverse as well.
I gotta say, the CGI here looks bubbly.
Yeah, that's my problem with a lot of CG from this period.
Oh, you wouldn't like RIPD then.
Oh no, is that like the Rest in Peace division, like the cop? Are they like ghost cops or something, and they go after other ghosts? I don't. I think I saw a trailer for that. I just.
Yeah, wait, that's a Ryan Reynolds movie, isn't it?
I think
Or am I thinking of
so.
a different-
With Chef Bridges in that too. Yeah, like this is where it starts to lose me. Like, what are they doing? You got
They're using him as energy to reanimate the babies since they're born dead.
Yeah, basically what they're doing with him is what they will do with Frankenstein's monster later on. It's because they're not like, because Frankenstein's monster is specifically designed for this purpose, or at least that's what they imply. And
Did
everyone
okay.
he's using, because they're not specifically made for that, or they're not compatible, it's not working, or it's just not reviving his kids for very long.
He's dancing to the sounds of his screams.
I did either of you see I Frankenstein?
Yes, and I hate it.
I heard that has a similar plot to this.
It does. Basically, it's. I guess they're gargoyles in it, but they're really angels. It's basically angels versus demons, and you know
No,
they
no.
okay,
The
all right.
gargoyles are their own species. Angels are
What?
still in heaven. Yep.
Okay,
They
well,
mention
whatever
that.
they are, they work for the angels. Okay, it's the
Yeah,
same side.
they work
Okay,
for they work for
fine,
heaven as
fine.
guardians fighting the demons.
Okay, and
They're
they're
not
demons.
technically angels.
Okay, fine. I just thought they were like one of the orders of angels. Anyway, so there's whatever. Anyway, so the demons can't really, they want physical form, but they can't have it until, but Frankenstein is a creation that doesn't have a soul, so they could then stick all the demon souls that were sent back to hell and bring them back and stick them in a bunch of different Frankenstein monsters, and they can continue, then they can take over the world, right? Wasn't that what the thing was? So they
Yeah.
need Frankenstein to create
Okay, I
more
never saw that
Frankensteins
film.
with, and they were going to put the demons that got sent to hell and bring them back and put them into all the, it was by the
Yeah,
Underworld writer, or the guy that wrote the Underworld movies wrote that. I thought it was kind of interesting. That was his take on Frankenstein, but anyway.
yeah. They even ticked movie pet peeve number 1 or no number 5 flip flop villain
Who was the flip flop villain?
Bill Nye.
Oh, that's right.
Like you think he has one plan, then he flips to another plan, then he flips to another plan. I'm like, dude, you guys could have simplified this villain.
See, this is the whole scheme. The whole does Dracula need a scheme? I'm gonna take over the world. That's my scheme, and I control the undead. And in Castlevania, he controls, at least in the games, he controlled all sorts of mythological creatures.
Well, he is undead and immortal, so you would think he would want to do that.
Yeah.
It was weird, and like the later Castlevania games, I think Dracula finally gets killed, and then he gets reincarnated as this a Japanese kid, right? This,
Let me address Leia plus
yeah,
size real quick. Yeah,
sure.
we're in Dracula's castle with Van Helsing with the babies and stuff.
You did the first time.
I wouldn't mind seeing them do that as a series, the Soma Cruz story, because Dracula gets reincarnated. Basically, Soma can turn evil if he does something wrong, but he also has control over the monsters like Dracula has. And like there are all these groups that want to bring Dracula back by making Soma turn evil, and that was an interesting series. But that was the later Castlevania games before Konami finally gave up on them. But
I think what they should have done for this film is have Dracula be like an overarching villain across multiple films.
yeah,
Because they were planning on having it be multiple Van Helsing films.
he could have
Or like
been
have
like
someone else be a villain, have Dracula be like involved in the plot, but not be the main villain of this first movie.
he could be like Blofeld from the Bond movies, like the guy in the
Mhm.
background, and like he'll
Yes,
have
yeah,
like.
something like that.
Like maybe Baron Frankenstein could be the villain, and you know,
Artificial Johnny.
Or maybe they could include some stuff from Castlevania games.
there you go.
Artificial Johnny.
Although they probably would have like all sorts of issues with Konami, I would imagine.
I'm sure. What is this? This is slimy. This reminds me of Alien right now. We're getting all the slime in the pods, and see now it's
I mean,
opening
I was
up.
thinking more Gremlins than Alien. But
You know what?
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Gremlins too. Yeah.
Priest had a similar situation like this too.
Did
I mean, these
see
things do
Priest?
look like Gremlins with wings.
I keep thinking I saw Priest. What else did I see? I saw that one.
Legion.
Was it Legion? I saw one where it was I think William Dafoe was in it. It was like in the future where vampires
Oh, you
took
saw
over.
Daybreakers.
Daybreakers, yeah, I saw Daybreakers. I remember that one. No,
Yoni mentioned the London Project animated movie for Van Helsing, where he goes to hunt Dr.
Mr.
Jekyll,
Hyde.
Mr. Hyde. Yeah,
Was that any good? The animated
it was
short?
actually it was actually pretty good. The animation was really good too.
They used to do those tie-ins. They did one for the Riddick movies too.
Yeah,
and
Dark
that
Fury.
Yeah.
Done by Peter Chung, who did Reign the Conqueror and Aeon Flux.
Yeah. They did animated shorts for Blade Runner 2049. Well, they did one. It was done with the guy did, I think.
I wish you
Cowboy
was
Bebop.
here earlier, Leia Plus Size. We were back and forth about how hot these wives was.
Who? Who? Troy?
All four of
Yes.
us.
I like the wives. I like the ladies. That's why I.
Well,
Oh God.
one
don't
thing I
wanna know what
forgot to
they're-
mention is that they're a complete marmalade sandwich.
Who?
The brides. They're a marmalade sandwich.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta explain that one to you
I
too.
think you do, man. I don't know. I'm thinking of Paddington Bear.
So brunette on right, redhead on left, with a blonde in the middle.
of
Marmalade
course.
sandwich.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking you meant like the hair color.
I don't know. I was thinking back to the Paddington movies.
I
Uh,
do like this scene with Dracula where he's like listening to the heart. We're talking about like listening to
Yeah, we
his
just
victim's
clapping to the beat.
heartbeat.
Could
Yeah,
we do a Paddington Bear meets Dracula movie?
that'd be funny.
I'm sorry. I actually do like
So
those.
I take it you guys haven't seen The World's End.
The World's what?
The World's End.
No, what is that one?
Yeah, I think I might have seen that one.
That's the one with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost when they
Oh, I
when
Is,
did
is that
see-
the one
I
where
did,
aliens
yes.
are like replacing people and they like have
robots.
Robots, and he gets a
Yeah, I think
younger
a few
version of
characters have
himself.
their top of their head smashed off and they're still walking
Yeah.
around.
I
that's
like
what-
Yeah, I think I
World's
have
End.
seen that one.
That's where I got Marmalade Sandwich from.
It was interesting because they reversed, because usually Simon Pegg was the straight laced one, and the other guy was the forgot his name.
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost. Yeah, he was the goofball. But they reversed character types in that one. I
Mhm.
thought that was interesting.
With good reason, narratively wise, when you find out later on what happens.
Yeah,
It's like Nick Frost was the man child in Shaun of the Dead, and then you got Simon Pegg as the man child in at The World's End.
yeah,
Wait, The World's End has Martin Freeman in it, doesn't it?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that gets the girl.
No,
I think Rosamund Pike.
no, Rosamund Pike. I end up with the guy who played David in the previous movie.
Oh heck, I
Shaun
don't
of the Dead.
remember.
Martin Freeman was the one that was actually the traitor.
Oh, I see. I don't remember now. It's been a while since I've seen it. What I did remember was that she was in Gone Girl. And now she terrifies me. Okay.
Yeah, you know what, Lead Plus Size, I would definitely see that. We kind of think alike there, Lead Plus Size.
Okay, I'm
She's actually
sorry.
my favorite, anyways.
The Bat Babies.
Yeah, the
No,
winged gremlins.
I'm checked out at this point. This is what, because you're right. It is like Gremlins, and it's like it's all CG.
Yeah.
It's just attacking
I
the
do
villain.
like,
Now
I
we
do
have
like
the
this
brides.
whole bit with Van Helsing like confronting Dracula. Like, he
Yep.
starts by trying
Coming
to
up.
stab him with a silver stake, and it doesn't work.
Here's
Then
the
he gets out
deal:
a silver cross, and that doesn't work either.
if you eat all the humans in the village, you're not going to have any more food. Okay.
They don't care. They can move
I
on
mean,
to
you
the
just have to
next
travel
village.
further
There's
to get more
cities
food.
farther away too. Remember, they go to a different country.
I mean, I'll say this with the Blade trilogy, for as many problems as I have, I thought that was interesting. That one thing where they were, I think, kidnapping homeless off the street and using them as, blood banks, which I thought.
Yeah, it was a
interesting.
recycled plot from the first movie. That's not nothing new.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
that's
say, I'm
probably
pretty
why
sure
it was
they do
good.
that in,
Okay, that's
pretty
probably
much
why
all
it was
three
good.
movies.
Well, the thing is, the blood cross were a deleted scene in the first movie, but I'm just saying,
I see.
I'm still pointing out the fact that it was more prominent, and yet they took it out real quick in the movie. Like that was like a big deal, and Blade was able to take it out by asking a woman to punch in a number or something. Y'all want to hear my Blade Trinity rewrite?
What is it?
So first of all, you know the problem with the Night Stalkers I have is the fact that there's supposed to be this team of vampire hunters, right?
Uh-huh.
Yet they act like a bunch of sitcom-y, Saved by the Bell caricatures.
Yes.
So you know who would be leading them instead of this blind woman or Whistler's daughter?
Who?
Karen from the first movie.
Oh, okay.
and Abigail
Yeah, we never
Wilson.
saw her again.
Yeah, that
After
was
the
a missed
first movie.
opportunity because I mentioned to this, or somebody on Twitter had tweeted, maybe better on that famous line at the end of the first movie, right? It would have brought. They would have that would have came full circle if they brought Karen back. She came back and made a much more advanced serum for him. That's where he's getting the serum from, especially in Blade 2. You know how in Blade 2 he ingests a serum and there's not much convulsion that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's like when you get to Blade Trinity, you get to Karen. She introduces the new serum. That tells you right there that she's getting better at it.
Yeah. That would have made sense. It would have made sense to bring her back. I'm going to say this too. I don't understand what the point of going to the trouble of bringing Whistler back in part 2 and going to all that trouble, and then you kill him off again in part 3. I do not either have him be dead, have him become a vampire, which was an idea they toyed with. Which think about it in the sequel, if he had been the main villain, him versus Whistler, that would have been a complete twist. And then maybe say Blade's mother, don't have her revealed in the first one and have her be the villain in part 3, you know?
No, sound like them will die. But
Wait,
Whistler.
isn't the fact that Whistler came back in the second and then died in the third? Isn't that something to do with the actor, or maybe it's producer interference or something like that?
I have
Studio
no
interference
idea.
on that. He opt out because studio reasons.
Ridiculous.
But no, Whistle will still be alive because Blade, Kara, and Whistle will be the Holy Trinity to this new vampire hunting crew.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, Karen has raised awareness to other people. People are waking up to the vampires since the vampire nation has been wiped out since the last movie. Their last bastion has been wiped out after Nomic. So they're Dracula is the main villain still. So Dracula is coming back after being in 1,000 years sleep or whatever, and he's the one pulling the strings for this new remnants of vampires. They were torn with this idea of Blade being the future and the post-apocalyptic future with vampires.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
Yet they never committed to it.
Yeah.
That was the proposed ending for the first movie. One of the proposed endings, because La Magra succeeded in turning almost everybody into vampires.
Yeah, the
I do find
blood
it funny that
supposed to do.
Dracula's children pop like balloons. They even sound like it.
I'm sorry. No, I don't like the Dracula's children thing. I don't like the gooey CG. This is dumb. This is just dumb, and I'm not going to try and defend it, okay? And now the women are shrieking.
Enjoy the ride.
Why are you shrieking? They're like these little gremlin things. They're not like kids. Okay, I don't.
They're still their babies.
Please.
They're mamas.
This is
okay?
dumb. I don't like any of this. No.
You ain't never seen a mom grieve for a child and still cradle the child as if it's still alive like a baboon.
I don't know.
You ain't never read Berserk?
No, I've not read Berserk. You're right. I've heard stories about how it's pretty hardcore, but yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Of course, I own
my experience is only the 90s anime and then the first 3 volumes of the manga.
Right.
I still have to watch Elfen Lied too. I own that one.
Actually, that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the manga actually goes on longer than the anime does.
You find that happens often. Like I heard Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. It had the movie, but like the manga went on even the manga went on longer.
I regret never reading the manga when I had it in my possession at the time.
Apparently, yeah, that was the big Hayao Miyazaki. I always thought Studio Ghibli, they should do a television series and do an adaptation of the Nausicaa manga.
They have never done a television series at all. They just did.
That's why I'm thinking if they were to do a television series, do the Nausicaa manga and do it as a full-on series. Okay, how can I ever repay you?
Animated film is the same thing. It's like 6 massive volumes of manga.
Yeah. But you are our monk? Well, actually, I'm just a friar.
The same difference, you dipshit.
Wait a minute, isn't a friar I don't know what the denominations are. I know Friar Tuck was a priest.
I'm sure the professor will shed some light to that.
I like the portrayal of Friar Tuck in Prince of Thieves, though. He's completely plastered off his gourd when he shows up, and I think he starts wailing on Robin Hood. It's like
I like how he stacks those gold onto that fake priest and make him fall off the window.
yeah, he's like, here's your 30 pieces of silver to pay the devil when you get to hell. You know?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, though. Oh, I don't know.
Let me address Lead Plus Size real quick. She
Sure,
says,
go
I like
ahead.
the fact that the brides are a force to deal with in this movie. They can fight back. Not that they couldn't fight in the Bram Stoker one. They could kick your butt in the Bram Stoker one. But like, yeah, I like that nice touch to these brides.
No. I'm not. It's too much for me. I'm sorry. It's
Johnny answered our question a bit. He said, if you recall correctly, friars are wandering monks.
okay.
So they're Ronins. No, I'm kidding.
I wonder if a friar is supposed to be a priest
That's not
for
quite the
monks
same.
so he can do the rites and everything. I don't know. I need to look up my.
I like how
So,
she's.
Do we
I like
like
how
his?
she smiles like an anime girl when he put her hat on her head.
Is that mint julep? What is that?
That might be Listerine.
Well, oh, I remember this part bugged me because like they're finally having a quiet moment and we might get some dialogue. And nope, we got to slip and crash and bats and other things and all. Okay, because we can't just have like a moment. Okay.
We do have a quiet spot.
No, we
here and there.
no, never.
Yes,
Not
yes,
in
we
this
do. Yes,
film.
we do.
Okay, yeah, here with the disgusting monk. Okay, all right.
Yeah, here's where Frankenstein's monster comes back into it.
He must have gave her the D because she's smiling.
This is so dumb. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a secret passage. What?
Not a secret passage, a secret tome.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, hinting at the final battle in the film. In this
Oh,
film,
my
Which I'm
goodness.
going to also throw my contention towards that.
I hope so because that's the worst part of the movie. Okay.
I mean, there are some parts that I enjoy about that, but
No,
No one.
for me, it's 50-50 when that like whole final.
What I'm saying is they're very finicky on how you kill vampires in this movie. And the way how they die is so finicky too.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume that Dracula is the hardest vampire to kill because he's like the king. Okay, he's like the head vampire.
Yeah, because in this film they established that only a
second.
werewolf, a bite from a werewolf, can kill him.
Interesting.
Which is a detail that they soon forget in the Underworld movies later on. That each bite from a werewolf or a vampire intermingling with their blood is poisonous to each other.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Celine explained that in the first movie. She says,
Oh, it's been a long time since I've watched this film, so I don't remember.
she was saying nobody cannot. He mentions that what they're bitten by too. Like nobody's able to survive both bites.
Yeah. Actually, how does everyone feel about Dracula being the only vampire that it can be killed by a werewolf? Like in this movie specifically.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't. That makes no sense to me. I've often this whole thing with what's more powerful, a vampire or a werewolf. I've seen it done both ways. There was that old Tales from the Crypt story where the vampires are trying to prep the kid for food, and then it turns out the kid's a werewolf, and he attacks them. But here we go. Here we got the Frankenstein monster.
I do find it funny that he's like analyzing different aspects of him, and he's like I think he says he's like so many feet high, and he's got like on a limb, and there's like 3 copper teeth. He's like, how do you know he's got copper teeth? He's like, 'cause he's standing right behind you.
He's right behind. Yeah, they repeat that same joke like the first time they meet.
And he's got like his face keeps falling apart. I think this is all a little ridiculous. I'm sorry.
trimming out the fact that brain is still working and it looks all dried up like a model.
I know it's. Here's the deal: you could do Frankenstein a number of ways. In the Hammer movies, it was always Baron Frankenstein was the true monster, the true villain in those movies. Whereas in the Universal ones, he's a man that made a mistake, and you almost feel sympathetic to him, kind of like in the original novel. But
How
you
did you
can
like
make
the
the.
'90s Frankenstein
Which one was that?
with
The
Robert
De
De
Niro
Niro?
one? I've never. I don't know if I've seen that one. That's the one supposed to be based on the book, right? I've read the
Mhm.
book, and the impression I get is that what you could also do if you don't want to make Baron Frankenstein, the Frankenstein monster is actually very intelligent, and he grows to have a lot of contempt for humanity by the stuff he experiences and reads.
I shall have my revenge.
So he could be a supervillain of
Frankenstein.
itself. Yeah, like he could be a supervillain, like the main antagonist himself, because he's, he.
Oh, Leia, he's the best part of this movie. I
Olea
love
likes
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
He's
I like
theatrical. That's the reason why I like him.
Yeah, I really enjoy Frankenstein's monster in this movie too.
That's his first words in the
Fine.
beginning of the movie. Why? I'm like, oh my goodness, he's so he's the reason why I got such a flair for the theatrics.
Has he been living at the bottom of there for like 10 years or
Mhm.
something?
Because he
I
knows
think it
the
was a
land of
year.
the vampires.
Okay, a year. Okay, all right.
He's been hiding there for a long time.
Kill the monster.
He doesn't even need to eat, I don't think, in this version.
This I always think is kind of a knockoff on Castlevania about the family that's always trying to kill Dracula for hundreds of years, right? That's saved from Castlevania. I'm sorry.
I was not aware of that. I mean, I've not played any of it. Actually, I've
Yeah,
played a little bit of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but that's about the only one.
Yeah, the main thing in the Castlevania games is that there is the Belmont family always
Yeah.
are destined to fight Dracula,
Mhm.
and it goes over like each game will take place like 100 years later, and you're playing a descendant of the other Belmont that killed Dracula, and it goes on and on. Symphony of the Night was odd because it takes place like I think 5 years after one of those games, and everything's
Yeah,
all
you're not
messed up
playing as
because
Simon Belmont.
you're
play
playing as Dracula's son. Yeah, in that.
Alucard,
Alucard.
which
Something's
is
gone
Dracula
wrong.
backwards.
Yeah, something went wrong because Dracula's castle should not have reemerged like that, and he's going to investigate to find out what's going on because he says Richter Belmont took care of Dracula. This shouldn't be happening. Okay,
Did you ever play Lords of Shadow?
I never played that one. I know you'd mentioned that
I
one.
played the demo of that. I never actually bought the game itself. I remember playing the demo.
I had both games.
Still
The
get 'em
first
on
game is more.
Xbox.
The first game is more linear. The second game does bring back that Metroidvania style of gameplay where you revisit locations and stuff. So, you're playing a Belmont basically still, but this time this Belmont becomes Dracula.
Yeah, that was the big spoiler.
Isn't the Belmont in that game? Isn't his name Gabriel?
Yes, his name is Gabriel.
Ironically enough, I played that demo because of this film.
I need to check out the Van Helsing game, like you were saying, though.
Yeah. I did like the way how they kind of like retooled each character. They have Cornell actually in there too.
Physics.
Yes, Physics took a vacation for this movie. Where's Physics? He's on vacation.
Yeah, a lot of things are on vacation in this movie.
And suspicion of disbelief seems to be sticking around.
Yeah, if you say so. Okay, I'll just. Oh, okay. Just put on cruise control. That's what they call cruise control back in the day. Okay, come on, man.
Yeah, the horses seem to know where they're going, don't they?
Yeah, that's an old thing they do from other Dracula movies. Here we got a bride again. I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm
leave
sorry.
my wife out of this.
This is where I'm starting to tear the movie apart. This is it's not getting better for me. I'm not
You
as
leave my-
harsh on this.
You leave my wife out of this. She's beautiful.
I
her
like.
thing.
I probably doesn't want to pick on it because I like the pretty women. Okay, we need more of that these days. We don't need Brie Larson not smiling at me and breaking my hand after the guy's making a pass at her. Okay, this is just
Pretty woman.
yeah. Well, now they're all freakish looking though. They look like the gargoyles. It's just
Hey, this is before the gargoyles even graced the scenery.
I guess. Okay, here we go. Oh,
I like the fact that the carriage is like the top of the carriage is on fire and is like you get that shot of the wolf like coming out of the fire.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is ridiculous.
I'm just laughing at age right now. His
We
brain
must
is
not
just-
let the creature be destroyed. Get the creature. Get the Frankenstein monster.
She's playing with the wheel.
That way we can bring our babies to life and, have them do what? I don't know. What's the goal here? I don't.
Decoy.
No, but what's the goal of having the babies come to life? What are they supposed? They supposed to be like they're going to take over the world and they're going to have gremlin vampire people? Or
Yeah,
will
I
they?
think it's just Dracula
I'm sure
wants
they will
his like
grow into
vampire
full-grown
to
vampire people.
continue to exist.
Will they eventually turn into? Oh, she's done.
Yeah,
They're like
human.
bat
Well,
things.
will they turn into regular? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's how they look as babies, but they'll look more like regular vampires when they get older. Is that what we're
Yeah.
supposed to be thinking? Okay.
They don't reestablish vampire physiology that well in this movie.
No, they don't. That's one of the. Anyway, I'll be good. Okay. There we go.
No.
Got Frank.
Keep doing your keep giving the
Keep
gift that
doing
keeps
my
on
thing.
giving.
Keep
Age.
doing my thing.
Mhm.
Yes. My parents loved this movie. They liked it. They thought it was fine. So, like I said, I went to the theater with them back in the day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's cool." I got my dad the special edition for his for Christmas. It came with the original three, the original Wolfman, the original Dracula, the original Frankenstein too, and a bonus disc too. They gave
Right.
that. See what the
We have
influence
Melissa
was.
Harris here. Hello, Melissa. And Casey Scott's asking for more gargoyle movies. I've been asking that for years, man. I don't think they're ever going to do that.
What, gargoyle movies? Yeah, Tales of the Dark Side. There's a gargoyle.
There's been gargoyle movies before, though. I'm just saying we're not going to get enough of them.
Well, yeah, probably not. Here we go. Hi, how you doing?
We're cool now, then.
Was he one of the Weasleys in one of the Harry Potter movies? He strikes me as an actor that would have been one of the Weasleys. Like, here's the oldest brother, Finn, or I don't know, whatever his name is.
I like that.
Fred
on
and
his
George,
spur.
and then I think there's one other Weasley brother. I don't remember his name. Percy, I think.
Percy, yeah, I think he was, yeah.
Mm.
Look at the wolf. See, I'm telling you, this movie's busy. There's
Isn't
like
that
too much going on at once.
Isn't
and
that
I'm
dude
like,
also Faramir?
Yeah,
you're
yes.
right. That is Faramir. That's where I recognize him from. Oh, that's so bizarre. I didn't even recognize him because he's playing such a dork in this movie, and he's like the
It's
Yeah,
funny
it's
because
not-
he's
doesn't have long hair.
jacked.
Yeah, I think his character in Lord of the Rings ends up marrying that other woman that liked Aragorn. Yeah,
Erwin is her name, I think.
Anyway,
yeah, because he goes with the elf woman. Yeah, he goes with the elf woman. But I'm glad she got a husband. That was good.
pairs of spares.
Yeah. Is he gonna die now?
Yep.
No tears. I feel so bad. There he goes. He's done. He's done. I don't know. See, the Hammer movies are odd because that was they came in the 50s and 60s. They were the British studio, and they kind of did not want to have an integrated universe. They, in fact, often when they would do sequels, they wouldn't necessarily be related. Like, I think the only Frankenstein sequel that was a true sequel was the second one.
Bitch, why you mad? You say he kills monsters. Your brother was a monster. What the fuck is you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's your brother. All them werewolves look alike, you know.
And now you're gonna check him, and then you're gonna back off him. Make up your mind, woman.
You've been bitten.
Told you in the beginning of the damn movie that he gonna kill your brother. He's a monster. Of course you're gonna kill him.
Oh no, she's taking. I think this whole thing with the brides, they look like people, then they look like the gargoyle things. It's too much for me. Okay, there we go. Okay, why doesn't Dracula ever do that? Huh? Has he done that so far? Has he turned into one of those bat-like things?
He
Or have we
has.
not seen
He's
it
in
yet?
shadow.
Yeah,
he's kept
I
in
saw
shadow.
the lightning flash where you see like the other part, like you know.
Yeah.
He's transformed into that form a couple times, but we never actually see it.
So now Frank's incognito, huh?
I also like the beginning there when Dracula
She
I think he
said
says
parlay.
something like a triumph of science over God or something like that, and right as he says that, the machinery like sparks.
Now this is interesting. This is daylight, right?
The clouds is covering the sun.
Oh,
So
for
that means she's protected.
okay.
Even though that technically doesn't make sense still.
Yeah. I mean, we know Dracula himself can't be killed by sunlight,
Right.
and all the vampires at this ball or party or masquerade party, whatever it is, all of these vampires they die to sunlight because of the that sunlight bomb thing that they
Mm-hmm.
Which they took
they
from
brought with
Blade.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they take that from Blade?
Blade 2, yeah.
Blade 2, that's right. Blade 2.
What year was Blade 2?
UV grenade.
That was 2001, right? Blade 2? Or was it 2?
2002, I think.
Yeah, this was 2004.
Oh, was it?
I really
Yeah.
liked the female vampire in Blade 2.
Oh, Nisa? She was
Yes.
nothing. She was weak.
No,
She really did anything.
Whatever. She was.
Her only achievement was only fighting Blade to a draw. He would have kicked her ass anyway.
She was on the cover of, I think, of Maxim. I remember that when that was out.
She's. I will admit she's hot, but her character sucked. She kept getting captured by Nomek.
Now, Wolfie, I'm sure this vampire ball, what's one of the parts of this part of the film, I'm sure we're going to end up agreeing with like a specific thing that happens.
Oh, the mirror.
No, not when they go in front of the mirror and then it's revealed that they have no reflection. Not that bit. After they rescue Anna from Dracula.
Now, I feel that there's too much going on in this movie, and that's part. Like when I say it's too busy, like this whole vampire ball.
I agree with you.
This could have gone on for a lot longer. This could have been a whole thing.
Actually, I agree with you. It is kind of busy.
You have a room filled with vampires. Okay, come on. This is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
Shall I just say the part that I'm referring to that me and Wolfie will probably agree on?
Sure.
Yeah, it's the bit after they save Anna from Dracula, and then all the vampires then take notice of Van Helsing and the group and start charging them. And Anna, Van Helsing and then the other guys try and run, but Anna's first instinct is to grab a flail and try and fight them off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you would agree that is definitely a type of woman I want.
Yes, yeah. That's the thing. Like a lot of people tend to devalue the sort of damsel, but when you see a damsel actually grab a weapon or at least like knock an enemy out when they're facing the hero, I'm like you just forget that they did that. You're just gonna ignore that they did that. They're very active, you know.
Yeah.
Like the fact that once they get her back, like Matt has described, she grabs the torch, she's ready to help him out too. I like that.
Yeah, it's she definitely stands no chance against a horde of vampires, but I like that her first instinct is to grab the flail and attempt to fight them.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna fight anyways.
He's looking at the neck.
Now, was there any reason for him to dress up
to get in? I don't know.
Because seriously, look where he's at. Was it really necessary? I mean, yeah, it's them to disguise, but
maybe in case he runs into a guard. Who are you? Well, I had an invite. Look at my costume. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Hang on. But weren't they invited by the
Nothing
bride?
makes sense. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's camouflage. Maybe so they can mingle. Maybe they're like, "Where's Van Helsing?" Well, I don't know. Everyone's wearing a mask.
He punches them and robs his little trapeze. I like that.
Nothing in this scene makes sense. Okay.
Oh yeah, and the guy breathing fire when he knocks him, so he breathes fire on Dracula.
We have
Dracula
basically
turns around, grabs the guy, and throws him across the room.
We have a horde of vampires that get wiped out in one blow. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Why bother with the babies in the first place when you got your friends here?
Nothing makes any sense. He can make more vampires, right? I don't understand
that's one of my pet peeves with the whole Dracula's overall plan. he can turn other people into vampires. What's the point of having children?
Shit. Get your ass out of here.
Yeah, vampires don't like fire.
That was fake.
Yeah, really?
Look how quick they got up there, especially with her with their combined weight. Spider-Man had convincing weight, and that's a movie about a superhero that spins webs.
A web spinner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gabriel.
Who thought you were on vacation when your mission is almost complete, Dracula?
Are those
Now
like
would be the
kid?
time
Are
to.
those kid vampires I see up there?
Yep,
Were they kids that were turned into vampires?
I
Yeah, that's
guess.
probably what it is. They're probably children that were
A bunch
turned.
of Claudius.
So I always got the impression from Blade vampires could breed with each other. Okay, and then they could also turn people, and that's where the pure
Yeah, I'm pretty
blood
sure in
versus the.
Oh, yeah.
Angel it was the same thing where no, I think it's in Angel where the vampires like I think they couldn't have children because their child would be born dead or something like that.
Then you had that one weird thing with what's her name, and she got
Yeah, Darla, and she gives birth to Connor, who's completely human for some reason, despite having two vampire parents. I don't get that.
I think he
Actually,
was.
he ends
I
up
could
being
have
kind of
sworn
a
he's half
Blade type
vampire.
situation where he has like vampire powers, but he's
maybe
not
she
actually a vampire.
maybe she wasn't a vampire yet when they copulated. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I could have sworn he was half vampire.
Yeah, because I think he had like enhanced strength and speed, but he wasn't a
Hmm.
vampire.
Yeah, he was trained in hell last time I checked.
Yeah, I don't think it was specifically hell, but it was definitely a hellish dimension.
Stock. It engulfs the whole building. Yeah,
It's,
right.
that is yeah, that's up there with one of the most absurd portions of this movie.
Oh,
Okay,
oh. Let's not also forget it burned wood.
ridiculous.
I
Considering
saw
Dracula
flaming
was in
wood
there
debris
very
falling down. I'm
clearly,
like, what?
Dumb.
considering Dracula was in that building as well, and he's not dead, then obviously he can't die to sunlight.
Why is Igor in this again?
Because it's Frankenstein, and Frankenstein is not without an Igor.
Yeah, but Frankenstein's not even in this movie. Dr. Frankenstein's done. They get rid of him in like the first scene.
He paid. Dracula paid the man.
Yeah, I think Dracula. They
I
just
got
needed to
paid.
give Dracula some kind of henchman.
He's a partner to Dracula in Monster Force.
I'm just thinking they got too much going on. Having werewolves is enough, and then you got to bring the Frankenstein monster into here. And
They
this was
they want the 3 top Universal monsters.
I'll be blunt. I finally
Dracula.
watched House of Frankenstein, the old Universal. That's the one where they all meet up. And
Mhm.
I don't think it works when you got all of them because, for starters, they uncover Dracula at a carnival, and then they do this whole little side thing. We're like, okay, I'll work for you,
He's woofing out.
and then like Dracula gets killed like halfway through the movie. We don't see him again. I'm like, why was the point of Dracula even be in that movie? Okay, same here. I don't. It's too much.
Leia Plus I says the idea of the movie was to get as many classic monsters as they could in the movie.
Why? And as I said in the beginning, and Troy was
Because they're paying homage.
no, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, not Universal Monster. Okay, I'm sorry. That was Warner Brothers
that was
back
an
in the old
oversight
days.
mistake.
No. And
can
neither is the
overlook
Phantom of the
that.
Opera. In fact,
Unless Universal owned Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when this film came out.
well, nobody owns it because it's public domain. But my point is that the back in the old days when these movies, Warner Brothers made their Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde probably to compete with Universal, but that was not a Universal monster.
No, Melissa. He drained him of his blood completely. He didn't really change. And besides, Frankenstein's body got burned.
Anyway, and the same thing.
Man, you still hold the title. He says, "Geez, I thought it was a buzzkill." Yeah, you're still top contender on that one, buddy. You're not off the hook.
Okay, so what's the point of the monk? You see, Mr. Exposition, I got to explain all the lore to you. That's why I'm in this movie.
Well, he also plays the part of sidekick.
Yeah, he's the
And
sidekick. He's the
his
goofy
whole
sidekick.
exposition scene did have like I suppose a pre-exposition scene earlier where he learned all this.
At least he didn't use the GD in the beginning of the movie.
I mean, Rachel Weisz, in some respects, she's like the this character, but she's also the love interest in that movie, in the Mummy movie. Like this guy, he's just
Hey, she gives useful information. Thank you very much.
yeah, but like she felt more integral to the Mummy. This guy is just
That's
kind
what I'm
of hanging
saying.
around.
She was useful information. She told him
Yeah,
how to kill the mummy.
yeah,
How
but she's also
where
like,
to get
oh,
it.
I'm gonna make you my new queen or the new whatever
No, she was going to use it as a
Except the
sacrifice.
scarabs were kind of inconsistent there.
yeah to
Yeah.
bring
I'm pretty
back.
sure she says they devour you slowly, but every time we see them devour someone, it's like instant.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're buried with them, they devour you slowly. But I guess when they see a whole lot of food, they go to town on it.
Well, I'm not the only one who finds the scarabs uncomfortable in the first Mummy film, even
Well,
though they're
oh, yeah.
CG.
Yeah, that was pretty funny effect. Yeah, I did like that. All right, so we got the Transylvania something something.
The prophecy, which also doubles as a command code to open up the door to get to Dracula's castle.
Dracula's castle. Look at that. Oh, we got to put the missing parchment on there. What's he gonna do? Speak in Latin?
Mm-hmm. He translated it basically.
What?
Boomer, I thought you saw this movie already. How
Yeah.
is this is a big surprise for you?
When did this come out?
2004.
That's when I saw it.
We
Okay, that's
literally
when I
went over
saw
this
it.
a few minutes
Okay,
ago.
I saw it in the theaters, and I was like, okay, it's not for me. I'm glad you liked it, Mom and Dad. This is not my thing. I was thinking at the time too. I would have loved it if they had made a Vampire Hunter D live action movie, but I thought they'll never do that with an anime. They'll never make an anime into a live action movie. And of course, now we have got Alita and stuff. But
Yeah, they've actually made
point,
quite a few different anime into live action films.
well, yeah, they did the Dragon Ball Z movie, right? with
Yeah,
Chow
and
Yun Fat.
Fist of the North Star back. I think it was the 90s. I think
They did a Fist of the
Star. Yep.
I'll have to
they
see
did.
that one.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. Rufio was Bat in that one.
And they did a Speed Racer movie as well.
I still like that movie.
I need to watch it. I have
Yeah,
on
I've
my
not seen
Vudu.
it.
I don't get the hate.
It may not be a bad film. Sometimes people hate things, and then they're.
I mean,
they're
I never saw
recognized
the
as-
original Speed Racer anime to begin with, so
It plays out just like the original. There is some things I don't like about that movie though. Like the same thing with H. Boomer says about this movie. The colors can be a bit too busy and they can be an eyesore, but I still
Right.
enjoy the movie.
Okay, so he went through the magic mirror.
We don't talk about that movie, Yoni. We do not talk about that
What movie?
movie.
What's he talking about?
Full Metal Alchemist live action.
Oh my
And
goodness!
that was made in Japan.
I forgot they did that.
Oh look, a nod to Vlad the Impaler.
What anime I
wait,
want
you
to
mean
check?
the skeletons hanging on the
Mhm.
spikes?
Mm-hmm.
I want to check
Go
out
ahead.
Yatterman someday if they ever bring that out over here.
Hmm. They did have a live action Gotcha Man. 2 of them.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about Yatterman, though they did do a live action of that as well.
And a
Actually,
live action
Gotcha Man and Yatterman are by the same company, though. That might be. They were
QE
both-
Honey.
They were both in my Tatsunoko versus Capcom game for the Wii, which I love.
Wait,
Ah,
wasn't
sweet.
the American name for Gotcha Man G-Force? Or
Yeah,
Battle
that
for
was
the
one of them.
Planets?
And Battle for
Battle
the
of-
Planets. They did
And
two.
Eagle Riders. They also call them Eagle Riders.
Yeah, they did. They kept bringing it back under different titles. Do we have a
Similar to how
plan?
Voltron is made up from 2 different anime.
Mm-hmm.
So we got here the big castle. Do we like the castle? We like the
They're dead.
snow. Or
That's
the,
a broken
is the
spleen,
Is the
a
snow
broken
CG?
spine. That's a broken neck.
Is the snow
I
CG?
think some of the snow might be CG. I think it might just be like fake snow just everywhere.
Ooh, crap. That's a crap. I'm gonna feel that in the morning.
Oh, is he turn? He turned into the wolf man. It's got a hold on you.
Yeah.
you're a werewolf now. You have to take your own life. And I'm like, no, I'll just eat my steaks rare, thank you.
Embrace me, brother.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be all forlorn if I become a werewolf. But I'm killing people when I'm in a wolf. That ain't my fault. Okay.
Hey,
You
nah,
know?
nah, nah, nah. You gotta
I
seek
ain't
me
taking
out.
responsibility for that. Okay.
You gotta seek me out so we can build you a dungeon in your basement.
Well, I don't know. I want to roam free, man.
Nah, 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 nah. We can't have you going
I'm
around killing people.
I'm
Yeah,
not like
we'll
an
do
Igor.
what
Well, it's not really
Oz
me.
does in
It's the
Buffy the
wolf
Vampire Slayer,
portion
put him
of
in a
me.
cage.
You're still guilty by association, Age. It's your
Whatever.
body.
I'm not liking Igor in this at all. I think he's ugly.
He's supposed to be
Well,
ugly.
I don't know. It's just it's. Why can't we have actually? Didn't they do a Frankenstein movie with Daniel Radcliffe and
Yeah,
who is it? That guy
Victor
from the X-Men
Frankenstein.
movies. Yeah, Victor wasn't
James
Igor in that.
McAvoy.
Yeah, McAvoy. He's not hideous or anything. Yeah, I'm be like that. You know, we don't got to be all
Ah,
everybody being hideous. And that
why you
was
always
he
gotta be like Hollywood trying to beautify everything?
beautify everything. Yeah, like in the Joel Schumacher Phantom of the Opera, where he's wearing that tiny mask over part of his face, and someone called it, oh, it's the GQ Phantom. You know, it's like what is so hideous that you have to cover that one portion of your face up? It can't be that bad. It'll be like a little scar over his over his
Age,
eyebrow,
age.
and that's
The
why he
ladies
covers
were
himself.
looking at one thing and one thing only in that movie, and you
What?
know what I'm talking
I
about.
know what you're talking about. That was Gerard Butler, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
Apparently, he carries.
Uh, oh man. Oh, this is so dumb. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the stupidity of some movies. Now I'm thinking back to that.
He's got
Phantom of the Opera.
he's got a toe. He's got a thumb clipper.
I'm
A
thinking,
steampunk thumb clipper.
hey, is that a torture device? Would I lie
Yes,
to
it
you, dude? He's got to brush his teeth, man.
I don't think he's
Maybe
big on hygiene.
use some conditioner, maybe some skin cream. He'll be good as new. Okay. This movie's busy. I'm sorry.
It's still enjoyable.
The monk's gonna. What's the monk gonna do?
It's basically just when the time comes, if they can't get the cure, they said that there's a cure for werewolfism. If they can't get it in time, then he knows to do when Van Helsing succumbs to the werewolf transformation. So he's going out to get the cure. Actually,
Okay. Let me see. I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
this is dumb.
Yeah. Well.
I would have done without this. Remove the kiss.
Yeah, I know.
They did not need the kiss. I mean,
know.
yeah, it's a good luck kiss. I don't think there's
It's being done
romantic.
because I don't know. Maybe the show that Van Helsing is. I
No,
don't
no,
know
I'm
what it's trying to do.
I'm just saying as a good luck kiss. I don't think it's really anything special about that kiss. Just like, hey, in case if we don't get through this, at least I got to kiss the Van Helsing.
I don't know. I made a comment to Troy like some guy like one of the guys in Red Letter Meeting when they saw the first Star Trek, they were trying to make a point in that movie that showing all the characters have the not gaze, like they like Spock ends up having a relationship with Uhura, instead of just being the weirdo, like and it was almost like it's like the opposite now, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're pushing it in either direction when it doesn't need to be there at all, I don't know. It's just don't even bring up those Abrams Star Trek movies to me now.
You brought it up.
Isn't that,
Paige.
when
Yeah, well, I'm just saying why I
Sulu
shouldn't have.
when they
Yep.
made Sulu gay, and even George Takei was against that decision.
He was against it because I think George Takei had always been playing him as a straight man. Okay.
Oh,
And-
that's one thing I was going to bring up in one of my representation versus identity validation streams. I'm going to definitely bring that up too. Well, might as well not bring it up now that Matthew pretty much elaborated on it.
No, it could come up in a stream at some point.
Oh, Leah Plus I says she was in the theater. She said that kids got an applause. Oh, I guess they love to see the lucky lady gets some Jackman lips, I
I
guess.
guess.
I'm just saying.
She has nice lips though, Kate Beckinsale.
Wait, would that be the jacked man lips?
Wait. I have a question for you. Is she wearing lipstick through this whole movie?
Are we really going to
Wait,
question?
Am I going to
wait,
quibble on
Dracula's
that?
Bride or Kate Beckinsale?
Well, I am actually Dracula's Bride. I get it because it's probably lipstick made from the blood of the innocent.
Are we
But
really
where's Kate
going to
Beckinsale
question
getting her? Where's she getting her lipstick from?
Are we really
fierce
going to
warrior
question
woman.
that this is the early 2000s? You really going to question their choice of wardrobe
I'm just saying.
and bow
It
get up?
doesn't look like Kate Beckinsale's wearing makeup.
I know.
So I don't know if actually is. I'm not exactly an expert
Dude,
on that. So
you ought to be appreciative that they did take time to put the makeup on the girl because
I'm just messing.
I'm just saying, get ready to see some movies where they don't have it.
Actually, knowing the way the movies work, no, her lips are just naturally that red. That's how healthy and.
Oh, you're a doctor now, Mr. Assistant Librarian.
Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. Oh man, at this point in the movie, I'm checked out. I'm sorry. This is where we're having the suit with the James Bond thing.
Fake.
Is he like jumping all around? Like that's not him. That's some CG creation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It don't look real. Why is he? What's he do? What the heck is that thing? What is that?
I like to call that a gnome.
What is it?
It's a
Did
gnome.
they explain it to us? No.
They're
It's
called
no, I
gnomes.
don't think they say anything about that. They're just
called
there.
gnomes in the game, guys.
Oh, they're called gnomes in the it's
In
just
the
the line.
game.
This is like the only thing I remember from the movies when he's talking about the viscous material. Oh, here we go.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They play loose with the vampire physiology. Now
this isn't scary at this. Did I scare you? Maybe I need to try a little harder. See, if you're having to talk, it's like me trying to explain a joke after I've told it. It's not funny. Just like she has to explain me. Okay, here we go.
How that water get in her face?
I mean, if you go into the film expecting to be scary, I feel like you definitely need to reevaluate how you judge movies.
Probably.
Oh, you're gonna be Patrick H. Williams on that one?
Who, me? Troy! Hold on here. I know you're listening. Finish the
I'm just messing with you guys. I'm referencing there was a lot of stink raised about Patrick A. Williams about his video called "Maybe You're Not Watching Movies Right." He's a pretentious little dick.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Multiple other YouTubers have definitely torn him apart for that.
Mm-hmm. Especially the plot holes doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was definitely torn apart for that one.
Oh yeah. The only plot hole I still contend anybody to say that's not a plot hole is the Pacific Rim plot hole.
Wait, what is the supposed plot hole there?
The sword.
Wait, the fact that the sword extends out of the wrist, that we only see that at near the end.
How come the
Hang on, let me address Gabriel Van Helsing. We're 1 hour 45, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. We're on the part where they're on the bridge and Igor's chasing after the fryer.
He's gonna fry.
Go ahead, H.
He's gonna fry the fryer. They need. You know why Igor's in this movie? They need someone for the fryer to fight. They need. This isn't all these movies. They need someone to fight. They need
enough.
They need They need the bride for Kate Beckinsale. Okay, and
cat fight. Yeah,
the cat fight because you need the cat fight. All right, I'll be good. That's just hard.
This is the only time we actually see the see what people look like from the from like a vampire perspective. Mm-hmm. When she's like stalking Anna, and you see like see her skeleton briefly.
Mm-hmm. Give it life.
I remember the old
green this time.
Remember the old commercial for the video game Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and you get to see the point of view from the zombie, and he's looking at the person. They look like a roast chicken.
Yeah. That game scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
That's a good game. I was out on a Genesis and Super Nintendo. I remember that. Yeah.
Tell me, why did I have a dream about Resident Evil Village?
Why did you have a dream? You're looking forward to playing the game? I don't know.
I'm not getting that game.
You're never going to get Resident Evil Village?
I don't have. I'm not trying to spend money this year. I'm trying to save.
I'll save then. I'm probably not going to bother getting Village until I have a next gen console. And considering the fact that you can't find them anywhere right now, and I know they say they'll work on the old stuff. I'm holding my breath. I have the base Xbox One.
Why
the Xbox
why
One
the
S.
lightning push him back on the bed?
I don't know.
He's like, "You're not going nowhere. Stay there."
All right, so here we go. Now all the
Maybe
children.
Zeus is secretly working for Dracula.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Dracula's another one of his sons, huh? You know, like
I will say this: at least it didn't fuse his teeth together.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Oh, I made a Spider-Man 2 reference there.
All right. Do we like the Frankenstein monster in this movie?
We're gonna ignore that.
He's like,
Cool.
the Spider-Man 2 reference. What was that?
It made Spider-Man 2 Electro.
Oh,
Because-
Amazing Spider-Man. I thought you were talking about the Maguire one. Okay, all
No,
right.
not the Maguire one.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people like poke fun at the fact that when he got electrocuted, his teeth fused together.
Yeah, the lightning somehow rearranged his teeth back to, or not back to normal, like to they look more normal.
Well, you know, I forgot all about that part.
Brother,
I remember when the trailers for that. I remember when the trailers came out, and I kept thinking, Spider-Man's acting like a jerk with this guy who's looking for help, and I'm thinking that this guy's becoming a supervillain because Spider-Man's a jerk. That's what I got from that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and he was
You're my eyes
making
and
jokes
ears.
while the Rhino was running over cop cars and everything.
I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Can't believe I watched that movie 6 times.
Here we go.
What does everyone think of Dracula's weird monster bat form?
We haven't got there yet, dude.
No, yeah,
Okay.
I'm at an hour 49 minutes.
I mean,
So
yeah,
you
he
are?
does transform, but you still don't see him, right?
Wait now, 49 minutes.
I'm at 1 hour 49 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, I'm slightly behind that, and Dracula literally just transformed a few minutes ago.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I'm
must have
wondering, you know,
spaced out there.
could it be that there was a different cut for Europe of this movie, and maybe Matthew's looking at?
I gotta give Kate
Mm.
Bekinsale this. She's
I'll have to
survived
look
a
into
lot
that.
of
See if there
punishment
is a
throughout this whole
different
movie.
European version or something.
Sometimes they do that. They will change it. They've
Yeah,
changed
'cause,
titles too. Yeah.
Yeah, because they change voice actors as well. So, like over here in England, some games will be dubbed over with English voice actors,
Oh, that's interesting.
and it's the same like over in Australia. They'll use Australian voice actors.
I think
Now, how would he know how to kick her?
um,
That was a wrestler kick.
okay. The gnomes are on fire.
Melissa Harris and Leia Putz was talking about the sci-fi Van Helsing series. I didn't mind that.
That was like the true story of Vlad Tepes or something. Wasn't that what that was supposed to be? I remember that. They had that actor guest stars Dracula on Buffy, that same actor, I guess, and kind of promoting it.
Did Dracula even? Because I know there's a sci-fi like post-apocalypse show, and there's a lady who's like an original vampire named Helsing.
Oh, they did do a Van Helsing series. That's right. I never saw it though.
I think they were
All right, so here we go. Are you at the Van Helsing turning into
Yep.
the big friendly dog? Okay,
with all his hey,
Yeah, I'm
God,
like
sorry.
multiple minutes ahead of that scene.
Oh my
hey,
goodness.
that's
I'm
wolfism.
currently at the point when he's already a werewolf and he's fighting Dracula. In
We're at there
Dracula's in
right
his
now.
big-
They both turned into their beasts now. Now they're fighting each other. You're maybe
Hey,
a
this-
few seconds ahead, maybe. Okay, so
Hmm.
now they're doing the fighting. He's the vampire and he's the werewolf.
It's a
Okay.
bit floaty, but there's some weight to it in some areas. When Dracula flies, it's too floaty.
There is one part that I like when Van Helsing, like when he's in his wolf form and they're standing on a bridge, and then the moon is like obscured for a moment, and he changes back.
Yeah,
And then
he leaps off.
yeah, I like the bit that before that when Dracula's like saying to him, he's like we could be partners. He's like, bro,
Brothers in arms.
I like the fact that as he's saying that, as he's transforming, his voice is getting deeper as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that little detail they added.
That's him recognizing that she thanked him. That's been something he's been waiting for a long time to hear.
Yeah, this came out in 2004. I like 2004.
Mm-hmm.
The GameCube was still going strong. Well, it wasn't going strong, but I still liked it.
I agree, Melissa. IMDb has fallen short of itself. It's a shell of its former self. They're pushing all kind of shows I'm not interested in.
Wait a minute.
Now,
What's she
where
doing?
is that wire coming from?
Who cares?
Now you're telling me who cares?
No, that's my point. That's probably what
about her
somebody's
makeup.
No, that's my point. Okay, where'd the wire come from? What for?
I mean,
Once
there
I'd
were
like
wires
to see
going all across different towers. Like in multiple of the wide shots, you could see wires going all over the place. Outside.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it looked like it's floating in the air, like in the first Spider-Man game on PlayStation. Remember that? He's just shooting the web in the air.
I know.
Especially in the GameCube version, the first Spider-Man tie-in movie. He's like just shooting in the air. Like where is he getting it from?
I remember those. I had both of those on the GameCube. The Spider-Man 2.
I used to crack up every time he does it. He's just doing all kind of just shoot. I'm like, where's the web sticking at?
Remember the first part of that game?
I have Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. The PS1 game.
Oh yeah, that one's supposed to be pretty good actually.
He broke his wing. Now he's screwed. Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, he got caught in the electrodes.
There's one thing I never noticed. Dracula is missing a finger.
Really?
Yeah, it's only revealed right here at the very end.
Kind of interesting.
But like throughout the entire film, you never notice that he has that missing finger.
Maybe they would bring that in. Someone has Dracula's missing finger, and that can bring him back to life. I don't know.
Give this actress an A for not blinking with the rain falling on her eyes. When you shoot. Don't sit there and talk.
Yep. Okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They play fast and loose on how a vampire dies. So apparently, if you're steak, you're dust. If you get steak again, you're dust. But she's a special something. You stake her with that, and she pops like a balloon. What's up
she
with
got
that?
staked with silver, didn't she?
Yeah,
that don't mean shit. She got steak. She should be dust.
Well, no. If you get steak with silver, you turn gooey and you blow up into you turn to a sack and you blow up. Whereas steak, you just turn into the dust. Listen to me. What are the rules? I don't know. What is this? It's a werewolf versus. I guess he's a werewolf, right? Or is he supposed to be something else? Okay.
Can we appreciate the fact that he had clawed the wall and showed his silver claws?
Yeah, sharpened his claws on the wall. Yeah,
I still love that scene. I do. I remember that scene every single time when I'm ready to do something badass. Leia Plus Size says, I did not like this fight between Dracula and Van Helsing as a wolf. I feel Dracula would fear a werewolf. I did not buy that.
He's reminding me of Gary Oldman a bit here, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he does have I thought he bent his finger, though. I think it was...
See, now they're introducing all this lore, right? And I guess this would have been expanded upon in a sequel. Did this movie do well at the box office or not?
I don't think it did well enough to warrant a sequel.
Okay. Because I didn't understand why we didn't get another one. I figured this would have been like the new Mummy series.
I'm pretty sure that's why we didn't get any more films. Because they were planning on making more films.
Because they're setting stuff up in this. Like, okay, you killed me, and it's all just... All right, as he slits his throats and ew.
That's bad CGI.
Now I gotta tell you, this ain't gonna do nothing to Dracula because all you gotta do is one of his servants collects the dust, puts it in a coffin,
Put
invites
a
some
smiley
house,
face on it.
yeah, invite some house guests over, slit their throats, the blood pours on Dracula's back. Okay, come on.
No,
Yeah,
this
Hey,
is a dumb death right here.
and grab the melted slime from Gremlin or
there
from
you
Gremlins.
go. There you go.
Or monster blood.
I remember in the first Hammer Dracula movie when he turns the dust and the dust blows away, and then like later on, like
Dude, she did it already. Chill out.
and then the
Wolfgang,
dust is all
what do you
collected
think
in
of
a coffin
the
in a future
werewolf
sequel.
transformation when Van Helsing like howls at the moon and then all his fur like falls off and he turns back?
I actually like that. It's kind of ripping off Last Stand a bit, because Last Stand did come out before this movie too. But I still like it. It does. Here's one thing I gotta give Hugh Jackman. He sells tragedy really good, like a pain tragic figure. He sells it really
Yeah.
good.
Who has
But,
amnesia?
But
Convenient
I
enough.
don't like that pose, dude. That is so inappropriate. I'm not gonna say on stream, but my mind goes to dark places when I see poses like that. Yeah, he sells tragedy really good. Look at how he's sobbing. I can feel his pain. But that was a dumb death too, because he just jumps right at her and she just dies.
Yeah.
This lady took a face plant into a tree, being tossed around in the building, being scooped up by a dude, being scooped up by a dude again when scaling a building, and this what kills her? Really?
Wait a minute. He's burning her on the pyre.
Yeah, so that she could pass over.
Okay, I can't be the only one who thinks the music playing right at the end here sounds similar to one of the stages of Soul Calibur 2. I forgot which one, but like one of them sounds very similar to this.
Like a end credits.
Not the music was playing like right at the end before the credits started rolling.
Maybe somebody was a fan of Soul Calibur.
I love Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah, I've got the PS2 copy of the game. I even have Soul Calibur 3 as well.
Yeah, I did pick up 3 when I did eventually get the PS2. I picked up 3. I even picked up 2 again. 2 again on the PS2.
Yeah, because Soul Calibur 3 is the first Soul Calibur game to have character creation. It's kind of limited though. Obviously, Soul Calibur 5 and 6 has a more in-depth character creation.
I was so annoyed when the Wii came out and they were going to make a Soul Calibur game for it. It's like, oh, cool. And then it was
never happened.
No, it was like a beat 'em up style game. It wasn't like it was like an adventure style game instead of being like an actual.
Wait, is that Soul Calibur
game.
Legends?
Yeah, and I was like, well, why are we getting this? And you could have just ported Soul Calibur 3 to the Wii or something. No, the Wii. I don't get me started on the Wii. That was. Oh, are we seeing her face? She's going to the pearly gates.
Who you are. You are my son and the one true king. Remember. Her with her family. Remember.
Okay.
Anna, wait. Remember.
Now she's smiling.
And she crying.
Did they just... I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Remember.
I'm not gonna say a word. Oh.
Remember.
So how would Dracula have come back in the sequel?
Well, considering he was missing a finger and we never saw what happened to the finger, like the severed finger, we never saw or learned any of what happened to that. All we learned is it's missing.
If I cut off my finger and put Dracula's finger on my body, I'll gain the power of Dracula. And then you do that and you turn into Dracula.
Shouldn't there be 2 Draculas though?
Yeah, there could be 2 Draculas. Like
well, like another Dracula generates out of the finger.
That'll be how you stop it. You have the two Draculas end up fighting each other because there can
Just
only
gotta
be
love that
one.
guitar in the background.
Oh, I
That's
think there was
Stone.
one of the Carry On films did something like that. Where they had a monster and I think it was a finger or a hand or something was
Of course.
severed, and then they used that to then create an entire second character from it.
And that was Van Helsing. Oh, and he dedicated to his dad.
Yay!
I gotta be nice to
Dedicated
his, I gotta be nice. He dedicated to his dad.
to his
So
dad. I guess his dad passed on. I never seen the Carry On films. I'm meaning to. I like the one actress that's in them. She was in that Blood from the Mummy's Tomb movie, which I like a lot.
Yeah, I've seen multiple of them.
Yeah.
I mean, my personal favorite is Carry On, Don't Lose Your Head.
Okay.
Leia,
Hugh
plus I just love the
Jackman.
score to this, and Melissa Harris will never let go of the fact that she didn't like the way how Wolverine died in Logan.
Yeah. You know, Logan. That's one of these things. I don't know how the professor feels about Logan. I don't know if he's ever talked about it.
I don't think he likes. Well, I don't speak for the man, but
I don't know. Here's the thing.
he has a limit to how much blood he's willing to tolerate.
It's an interesting experiment. Okay, I thought with Logan because what I there's a line in Logan I love when the kid's reading the X-Men comic. He says, "Half of the things in those comics never happened, and the other half never didn't happen the way they say it does in those comics." You remember
Yeah.
that? I
Yeah.
like that line. And
I don't know
that's a
why
dark
all dark comic book movies have a scene like that, where
I
they
don't
either put on a comic accurate costume and then make fun of it, or they pick up a comic book and then ridicule it and say it's like a joke or something like that.
I think what it was trying to do is it's trying to say that this may or may not necessarily be the follow-up to the other X-Men movies. I think that's what that was supposed to be, okay?
Yeah, because whenever I see a comic book movie with a scene like that, that just tells me that they're ashamed of the source material they're drawing from.
I don't know.
It's like they're trying so hard to be mature and be
Or
accepted by
grounded
the
in
larger
reality.
movies and everything.
I don't know. I take it you didn't care for Logan.
No, I liked Logan. It's just
Okay.
That's
scenes
something
like
minor
that I
nitpick
don't
he's
really
bringing up.
care for.
I think I don't know. I think it was interesting in the movie that the X-Men are a thing in it's like they must have been popular enough that they made comic books based on them in the X-Men universe. That's
I mean, the comic book that we see in Logan, that's the cover was made for the movie, but the issue number is like an actual issue
Oh,
of
I see.
of X-Men comics.
Like Hellboy when he says, "I never did like those comics. They never get my eyes right."
I thought it was his horns. I thought he said his horns, not eyes.
You're probably right. It's been a while since I watched that movie.
I like the Hellboy movies. I didn't see
I
the
like the
last
fact
one
that the
they
Hellboy
made.
comics have kind of a Jack
I only
Kirby
saw bits
vibe
and
to
pieces.
them.
It was terrible.
It was. I didn't see the last
You
one.
dodged the bullet. You dodged the bullet, brother.
I'm telling you, I am.
No, you know what they got hate about the Hellboy movie? They claim to be quote unquote faithful to the comics, yet they're piggybacking off the success of the previous movie by quoting lines from it. There's a scene where he fights these giants and he says, "I'm going to be feeling that in the morning." I'm like, "Oh wow, you're going to pull that from the original movie?" Okay,
Man,
Yeah, I've not seen that specific Hellboy movie. I've only seen the first two.
that and the "I'm on your side" line where the cop the SWAT guy shoots at him. He's like, "Hey, I'm on your side." Like, yeah, don't do that.
we liking these credits.
Oh, I love the credits. I closed out though.
Yeah, I've just been sitting here letting the credits roll.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys.
I love these credits.
Another thing was the problem I had with movies like Hellboy, the remake and stuff like that, is that is this going to be a new movie pet peeve I'm adding to the list? Music playing in the background where you're gearing up for them to kick some ass, but they're not actually kicking ass.
I heard some people make a point that they pay money to get all these licensed songs in the movie, then they have to use them in scenes. And they
No,
just
but
throw
this was
them in
actually a
there now.
score meant for the music.
Oh, like a written score. Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's a score I play when I work out, but I'm like, when every time I hear that song, I'm imagining something better than what they did in the movie. Because when he pulls the sword Excalibur, he becomes his Anung Amon-Ra form. and it's only there to unlock a catastrophe, which is not really closely related to him. It's actually happening outside where they're located at, right? So you're seeing the carnage happening out there, but you're not seeing the carnage happening around Hellboy. You see people just getting killed left and right by eldritch horrors, and the
Oh
movie
yeah, because
carries
that movie like reveals that Hellboy's descendant from King Arthur.
apparently, yeah,
Yeah, that was in the
What?
comic as well.
Huh.
right,
That's
but
a
yeah,
storyline from the comics. So
right. So yeah, they got one thing
maybe
right,
it's
but
done better in the comics, but I've not read them, so I don't know.
I'm just saying, like you hear this, you hear this very orchestral music playing in the background, and the shots keep cutting back to London getting destroyed by eldritch creatures and people getting killed in very gratuitous ways. I'm like, I'm so checked out because I thought that music was for Hellboy. He's got a flaming sword, he's got his flaming crown, he's got his horns. He about to whoop some ass, but he ain't whooping no ass. He just stand there. So you ripped off again from the first movie, which had way more weight to when he revealed his true form and said his true name than you did here. You see what I'm saying? Like when
Yeah.
he becomes another Aurora in the original movie, that's him awakening the tentacle monsters. I forgot their name.
Alju Jihad or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
Seven Gods of Chaos.
yeah. The seven gods of chaos. But here's the kicker: the door that he's unlocking is the portal to releasing them, and it's coming towards them.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It's close. It's closer related to Hellboy, whereas in the remake, it's these demons just going around
Yeah, because he
impaling
uses
people
the
on their
right hand
feet.
of doom.
Yep. One demon skins a dude, flays a dude alive, and then cuts him in half. I'm like, okay, overkill much, dude.
Yeah, I think that's one of the criticisms, wasn't it? That the film was overly gory.
Yep. Even the
Hmm.
ending was like super gory. Like, okay, we're gonna overlook the fact that London got ravaged by eldritch abominations. You're gonna carry on like that didn't happen. Okay.
Wait, which is your favorite of the previous two Hellboy movies?
I like Golden Army. I prefer Golden Army, but I still, the first movie still has a place there rent free.
I'll
But that's only
say
because I like Nuada.
I'll say this. I think I also like Golden Army, but that's not to say I didn't like the first one. I just thought that they actually did
They
even better.
outdid themselves
And I
with the
think that was good,
costume.
and that's what we want to
Yeah.
see in sequels. So I mean, the great first one I loved. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
kind of go
knocking the
back
first
and
one.
forth on the two films. Sometimes I like the first one more, but then I'll like the second one more. Then I'll go back and like the first one more. I think it's because the first film had a more complicated story to follow, and then the sequel had a lot simpler story, a lot simpler and a lot more straightforward.
Yeah, but the morality in it wasn't as simple because it's like, whose side are you on? Are you going to side with the humans and destroy
Hmm.
that beautiful creature? Like, what's the right there? And
Oh
the
yeah,
guy,
the forest god.
the elf was making a point, and I was like, he's got a point. And like, because the argument was
Yeah.
the humans broke their side of the contract. Okay, when the elf king
They'll
made it.
never have enough.
Yeah. Well, he's not necessarily wrong.
I will
Okay.
I will summon all manner of creatures to fight this war. The good, the bad, and the worse.
We got cheated. We were supposed to get a part 3, and it never happened
Yeah.
because they had set up the part 3 too. And
You let the humans roam around, and for what? Shopping malls, parking lots, railway tunnels. Paraphrasing there. That's
well,
not
we
exactly what
need
he
a
said.
place to park the cars.
You see his father's stone is all surrounded by freaking pipes.
Yep.
Nothing but pipes that go everywhere. That's a nice ring to it, like how there's mythical creatures still roaming about, even though we industrialized the whole world at this point.
You know what I found interesting about Hellboy 2 was that it felt like Hellboy was more in his element in that movie than he was in the first one. Like when he goes to, what is it, the Troll
The troll
Village.
market. Troll
And
market.
I liked it when he goes up to the one guy and he says, "Are you going to tell me? No, ever? No, not ever, 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 ever." And then he just punches him and he goes flying. And I like,
Hmm.
and then you see his Hellboy punching The other
Slapping the
guy.
guy
Yeah,
silly, just slapping him silly.
I love that. I'm sorry that I got it.
Chicken.
And then
I'm
he
not a
said,
baby. I'm a tumor.
"Oh man," and I lost it. I think that's why I like the sequel more because it's even in some ways more ridiculous than the first one. The first one was plenty ridiculous in its own right with the with the with the one
Johann?
the German soldier from World War II, the guy
Johann.
who the one
Johann
who
Cross.
the one who was
Suck my ectoplasm swastika.
Yeah, the
well,
guy who was voiced by
yeah.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
heck
remember
yeah.
that. That was
I think
funny.
that's
Not with
the only
me, little boy.
the only like somewhat serious movie he's been in. I think.
Oh, there's special features on this DVD. You're in the movie. What you're about
Oh,
to see
wow.
is a unique perspective on a film set. What? I'm
Yeah,
So you
getting
guys
maybe
behind
it
want
the
has
scenes.
some of those
you
special
guys want to wrap it
features.
up now?
Yeah, I'm done. I got to get to bed. I got an early day
Right.
tomorrow.
What about you, Matthew? You ready to wrap it up too?
Yeah, I'm tired as well.
Unfortunately, Troy cannot wrap it up with us. He has something to tend to.
All right.
All right. So I'd like to thank everybody who attended to the watch. This is actually surprising. We got 6 watchers. I mean, it fluctuated from 7 to 8, but still, like I don't usually get this many numbers when it comes to rewatches, but that's a first.
All
But
right.
again, I'd like to thank my patrons, 2 of the big greats, Troy Pacelli and H Boomer here.
All right. Have a good night. And the verdict is still out on Van Helsing, I guess. But we'll see. Or
We
maybe
all
it
liked
isn't.
it.
Okay.
Just so you liked it.
I enjoyed
Go ahead.
I like Kate Bekinsale. Okay. I like her ruby
I
red
feel
lips.
I feel that's a default opinion.
I know. I like her anyway. Go ahead.
Anyways, I'd like to thank the champion of K-On! Or the gladiator K-On! I mean.
Yeah, glad. Always wish for
And
blue monkeys.
I still don't know what the monkeys mean, man. You keep giving me monkeys every time you like my artwork.
No, it's just because I like putting the monkeys there.
So you like keep me confused. Okay, I like that. Anyways, this has been your Wolf Commander signing out. Ow!